Kid, mind if I take a swig of milk?
Knock yourself out.
Ulcers. All I do these days is drink fucking milk.
My heart bleeds.
Yeah, well, so do my ulcers, you punk bastard. What the goddamn hell's this about? There's easier ways to commit suicide, you
There's
know.
a dead man downstairs who found a harder way.
Louis? If you killed Louis, so help me.
Campagna's okay. He'll have a headache to make a hangover seem like Christmas, but he's okay. Fatso, too.
Then who?
A blonde guy. I don't know his name, but I've seen him around.
Have you?
Last time was at Bayfront Park when you sent him to help kill Cermak. Time before that, I saw him running down Randolph Street when Capone sent him to kill Jake Lingle. And tonight, you sent him to kill Nate Heller. But he didn't quite get the job done, did he?
You're wrong on that last count, kid. Dead wrong.
Then you sent that son of a bitch to Florida just to catch some sun?
I didn't say I didn't send him to Florida. What I do say is I didn't send him to kill you.
He pushed me off a skyride tower tonight, Frank. And you know I really don't like heights. I should be a twisted sack of bones and meat on a morgue tray about now, but somehow I'm not. I'm here. He's dead, and so are you. So are you, Nitty. I wish to Christ Lang had killed you that afternoon. I wish to Christ I didn't make them call an ambulance for you.
Heller, I didn't send him. I didn't even know the bastard was in town. He doesn't work for me.
He doesn't work for anybody now.
Something you aren't at all aware of. Why am I not already dead?
The silenced automatic in my hand raised to aim itself at his forehead.
You are dead. Fuck you.
Wait, just wait. Lower that goddamn thing, will you? Just hear me out. I didn't say he never done work for me. He's a guy Johnny Torrillo recommended to Al back on the Lingle deal. I used him later myself. Used him now and then on ticklish matters.
Oh, is that what I am? A ticklish matter?
Kid, I know how you feel. I know the kind of emotions you got running wild in you. I know all there is to know about revenge. You could ask 10% Tony if he wasn't in hell. But I didn't hire a contract on you. I swear by all that's holy.
And I'm supposed to believe that because of all the Catholic shit on the walls? Who sent him then, Frank?
I don't know the answer to that. Not for sure. But I can figure it out, and so can you, if you try.
I was getting confused, starting to wonder what the hell I was doing.
Kid.
Although edited for television, tonight's thriller contains scenes of suspense and violence which may be unsuitable for young viewers. Parental discretion is advised.
Hey, let's get media. Nope, let's get physical media? Okay, that's a funny name. Okay, I'm Breck. I directed The Crazies, and I'm really excited that we're coming to physical media with a new HDR transfer this spring. Check it out. All right. Hey, let's get physical media. I'm so glad there are fans of actually buying DVDs out there. I'm really excited that Crazies will be coming with a new HDR transfer to physical media. To 4K and HDR, ready to show you guys, so check it out. That was terrible. Hey, let's get physical media. So happy that there are fans of The Crazies out there and fans that are gonna buy the physical disc. We're doing a new HDR transfer, which I'm thrilled to be putting out there, and I hope you guys will check it out.
Well, greetings, imagination connoisseurs. Once again, is I, your pharaoh of physical media. That's right. Coming all the way from the Raw Observatory to you imagination connoisseurs, you members of this, the Post-Geek Singularity community, and more importantly, you physical media aficionados, you collectors, all of you that have been with us on this 4-year journey. 4-year journey with, I don't even know how it happened. I don't know how my life got irrevocably entwined with the life of a man I've never met, a man that lives on the other side of the planet, a man who's a German. I mean, go figure that out. You could probably name all the great German movies on one hand. No, I'm kidding. There's a lot of great German movies. Most of them are silent. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. He's coming to you all the way from Saarbrücken, Deutschland. You know him, you love him, and for Max Allen Collins' wife, he's a sex symbol. Dieter Bastian.
First things first, people, don't you worry. Rob is in cahoots with evil ChatGPT, View 3, all the AI, checking in with them from time to time to make sure no nukes will be launching tonight so that we can celebrate our 200th episode. And I say, greetings, imagination connoisseurs, Dieter here. Here I am, Rocky like a hurricane. And welcome to the B&B Motel for show number 200. Rob, I can't believe it. 200. And people expecting even more more shows than 200. Unbelievable.
I don't know what to say. And I'm still getting birthday presents. I'm still getting birthday presents from people. As a matter of fact, I wanted to start the show showing this present because it kind of sets the tone for what's to come in a way.
Yeah.
So first of all, I got this package of stuff, and when you get a cool package of stuff, look at this. It has a seal. So I've never, I'll break it. I'll break the seal. Oh, you really can't. It's like really rubbery. You can't just crack it open. All right, well, I'm going to open this letter up. By the way, I have no idea what this letter says, and after what was in the package, who knows? Who knows? Hi, Rob. Happy belated birthday wishes. I hope you had a great day. Here are presents I hope you will enjoy. I look forward to your impression of Carry On Screaming on a future show once you've seen it. I've also included for you a logo for Space 1999, which you can put with your collection. It was made by a company called Beano Studios, which is on eBay, and they do logos for many different comics, TV shows, etc. Ooh, that's cool. I've also included the 2 books I found written by Frank Loria, which I think you would like. Oh, just you wait. I hope you'll be able to come to the UK sometime, as I know Gary and others are coming over in October this year. I also hope to speak with you on a future member stream, and this comes from Stuart Andrews, Hitchhiker 42. Okay, now you know how I pride myself on knowing about a lot of stuff.
Certainly.
There's this author, Frank Loria. Frank Loria has somehow passed me by. And you'll appreciate this because this is a real book and it's from 1974. And if I had found this book in 1974, I was too young, so that's why I didn't find it. But Frank Loria went on to write movie novelizations. But apparently he's written 7 novels about a character named Dr. Orient, like Oriental, Dr. Orient, who's like a psychic. He's got all these powers. And let me just show you, this is an actual paperback book from 1974. It's from the middle of the Dr. Orient series. And this is what I was sent. Baron Orgaz. Look at that. You've got a naked chick, Nazi temple, but see, and the name of this book is
I see it.
Baron Orgaz. Now, on the back it says another great novel of ancient evil let loose in the 20th century. I need to read to you. Remember, these are the kind of books that I was reading growing up when I was like 11 and 12. Let me just read to you on the front of this. The sensational new occult novel that explores a savage trinity of evil, Satanism, sex, and the sadomasochistic underground. If there was ever a book that was written just for me, Baron Orgaz is it. Now listen to this. This is what it says on the back. Just in time for Pride. A thrill-seeking young homosexual found brutally beaten and branded. A cordon of death's head leather boys headed up by one of New York's most prominent socialites. A beautiful British jet-setter dabbling in the most dangerous rites of occult realm. A heart-stopping international hunt for the feared and hated architect of the Third Reich's human experimental programs, Baron Orgaz. Now, this is some physical media that I am in possession of, and boy, I can't wait to jump in to Frank Luria's books. If you're interested in Baron Orgaz, these books are still in print, albeit in different forms. I didn't even see this book in paperbacks from hell. Come on.
So
Incredible.
how many are there?
There's 7, and he sent me 2. This one is from 1979, the Seth Papers. I don't know, Baron Orgaz, the Seth Papers. Which one would you read first? You know what I'm saying? And then here's the really cool...
Back to back,
it's going to be back-to-back. You know how I like that. And here's the Space 1999 logo he sent me. This is really cool. It might be printed on 3D printed or something, but this is really neat. I can put this right with my eagle that's right there. And then he also sent me, as he said in the letter, he sent me Carry On Screaming, which is one of the Carry On movies, and I have not seen any of the Carry On series. But this, another thing that stars Peter Firth from Life Force and Spooks, aka MI5. These are two science fiction productions from the early 80s. The Flip Side of Dominic Hyde and Another Flip for Dominic. This is about a time traveler from the... Where is he from? He's from 2130, who goes back to 1980 London. And they're supposed to be great. I've never, ever heard of these. And for me not to hear of a science fiction movie or play... It was part of a series. They were shown first as part of the BBC's Play for Today series in 1980. So really looking forward to this. Thank you very much. I very much appreciate it. That by the way, this letter, beautifully handwritten letter. You don't see that's some good penmanship right there. So Stuart, you're the man. Thank you for these. And I will look up that Etsy store and see what logos they have. So anyway, that was great. So thank you for that. Baron Orgaz. Come on.
Rob, I would think we start with two letters that I got, especially a little bit tied to our 200 show.
Does one of them have a picture associated with it?
The second one, Rob. The second one.
Okay.
The first one comes from Paul Allen Brunotto, and he says, "Let's Get Physical Media 200th episode bonanza. Hello, Rob, Dieter, and the live chat. I hope everyone is doing well. I am doing great, back to normal, better than abnormal. Just wanted to thank you both for 200 episodes of fantastic physical media content and fueling the sure love and passion of physical media, not just DVDs, Blu-rays, 4Ks, but music CDs, records, books, etc., and knowing Robert's work from his first movie, Free Enterprise, and contributing to the Cody Banks movies and the Hills Run Red horror flick. TV shows and all the special features he helped create on numerous movies over the past 25 years. And Ida, the trash bender, showing movies to us that I either forget about or never heard of and want to check out. Cheers to you both on another 200 episodes of Let's Get Physical Media. Catch you later, Paul and Bonado. And Paul, thank you for making it possible that Cynthia was on our show. And like I told you, keep your letter short. And you did just that, Paul. So thank you. Thank you for that. And you will always get my reviews so you know what trash to watch and don't watch.
By the way, when you say catch you later, you have to do it like Malcolm McDowell in Blue Thunder and go, catch you later. I'm just saying. That's what I do. Where's Blue Thunder in 4K? Second one. Okay, let me tee up. I got the picture ready to go here.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the picture.
Picture because the next one. Okay, correct. Because first read the letter. It's from Adventure Square, aka John Cutter. Why do Rob have people all those cool names? God damn it. Let's Get Physical Media image from my collection. Hi, Deeds. John Cutter here, aka Adventure Square, aka a man celebrating the best physical media show out there with a physical media mini puzzle. You read that right. I'm sharing the pic of chosen discs of various sorts presented for the 200th show with a special message hidden within. It's pretty obvious, except for one exception to its rules, and the word "the," as with any good collection, shouldn't be considered. And I wish you and Rob a most excellent continuation of this wonderful show, a quite vital validation of all my spending on this as we celebrate the everlasting appreciation and wonderment of all the stories we humans keep telling each other in this filmic, kinetic form. Long live physical media and long live the Let's Get Physical Media show. Hey, Rob and Dieter, splendid guests and chatbots. Many thanks, John Cutter. And if you look at the picture and just I figured it out, Rob. I figured it out.
You did?
Just take the first letter of each disc that he presented. It says happy 200 to, let's get physical media, LGPM, show, and then Rob and Dieter. If you always take the first letter
Wow.
from each of his collection. The only thing that he said is we don't need to hang up on the because he couldn't probably find a title with E in front at the first letter of the movie. So nicely done, Adventure Square. Those are the two letters, Rob, that I
No movie with he doesn't have Enter the Dragon?
that would fit nicely there in there.
I mean, I don't mean to be critical of someone else's creative work.
but
Very
we are,
well
Rob,
done.
as we
Very
always
well.
do.
Very well
always
done. That was
are.
very nice of him. Now, there was a homework assignment for this episode.
Okay, did I miss something?
Yeah, I asked people to send in pictures of their collections.
Oh, nice. Correct, Rob. Correct.
We have a few. Here comes William Choate. There's a little bit of his collection. I like that. I like the figures on top. That's very, very cool. Yeah. Very, very nicely organized, by the way. Look at those spines.
I wish it would be the same here.
Yeah, got to give that one to him. This is from Adrian Riley, rocking that laser disc. Adrian, look at that. That, by the way, that nice. Jurassic Park that was a reference laser disc back in the day. Yeah. A lot of good box sets in the background there.
I don't remember, Rob, that laser disc with that cover. I don't remember that.
You don't?
Yes, at the top. I have. But I think I've gotten the Dolby.
I think that was the DTS version of it. Really? We're being squelched already? No, okay. Then we have Secular Monk. Secular Monk is here. Look at that. See, nice. Dieter, do you notice something about our viewers? They're very organized.
Yeah.
Very organized.
Like myself.
I mean, that's a little corner of heaven right there. Look at that little Soderbergh. People don't talk about Che. That's a great
Columbia
box set.
volumes,
Yeah, that's very nice. The Columbia volumes they're in their proper place. Now we have I think you pronounce his last name Bill Hauser. Bill Hauser. Let's go with Bill Hauser. He sent in 3. He's a handsome devil. Look at that. Look at those VHS tapes. At least he doesn't have. Does he have? I don't think he has Ampex. That's good.
Is he taking them out? The VHS tapes, probably. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he is. But look, I use those TDKs that he's got on top. I use those a lot. Yeah. They were great tapes. Here's another picture of his stuff.
Nice.
Again, organization. Nice, clean. He's got, look at that Army of Darkness lunchbox up there. I wonder if he did that for me because he knows I worked on that movie. And then here he is himself. See, there's the Army of Dark. He keeps moving the Army of Darkness, and then he's got the videotapes. I love it. I don't know why it's flipped backwards.
Was that perhaps, Rob? Was that perhaps an Anchor Bay edition? I don't know.
No, I think it's just a lunchbox. I don't think it's an Anchor Bay edition. Then we got Sean Akers. Look at that.
Ooh,
that's what I'm talking about, brother. Godzilla shirt. Look at that. Nice. He's very proud of that collection as well. He should be.
Nicely done.
And then, and then Paul himself, sent me this. Yeah. And he's also, look at that with the Free Enterprise, Paul Bernardo.
I saw that, Rob. I saw that.
You see that? He's sucking up to the boss. That's good. That's good. I appreciate it. I'll take it. And then, of course, Miele. Miele just sent this. He's a handsome devil too, but check it out. Look at that. There you go. Where's your physical media, Miele? Where is it? Don't see it.
See Batman? I only see the Batman figure behind him.
Yeah, and it looks like, is that like Karen Allen, the fabric they made Karen Allen's dress in Raiders of the Lost Ark? It kind of looks like it. But I want to thank everybody if I missed anybody, tell me or send me another mail and I'll put it on another show. And by the way, this can be an ongoing thing. If you want to send us your collections, and I'll put them on the show. Yeah. course, we haven't put our own collections on this show, dude. We ever going to do that?
Yeah, every
You know what? I was so busy. To tell you the truth, I'm gonna come clean. I was gonna move this show into the other side and start broadcasting, but I got too wrapped up. The girls are gone, and I got wrapped up in building my 1/8 scale model. Yeah, and I was like, I'm stuck here. I'm out because I got to finish that fucker. And then I realized I haven't got the final box yet, so I can't finish the whole thing, but I can get close. It's dope.
Yeah. And I actually was very happy that last week we skipped a week and Rob said it's Memorial Day. We will postpone it to this week because I knew Rob was watching MI8 and I texted him, "What do you think?" And I got 3 words with much exclamation marks at the end back. I loved it. So I was in shock for the whole weekend. So I probably couldn't have even made the show. So Rob, let's get to the box office. I don't know why people go to see Lilo and Stitch because the animated movie is already out. I don't know, Rob. Already here, I have it here. Couldn't show it last week, but people flock into Lilo and Stitch.
Well, here. This is pretty. Nancy Tartaglione on Deadline has the international first. Lilo and Stitch has made $611 million global already.
Unbelievable.
More
live action remakes incoming.
And $11 million. 611.
After the second weekend.
Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning, is at $354 million worldwide.
Okay.
Now the movie was incredibly expensive to make because of COVID and stuff.
That's the problem.
But you know, I don't know. I guess the next 2 weeks will be telling. But that's not a bad result. $354 million. So
the international box office is probably higher than the domestic.
Yeah, this is worldwide. It is. It is.
Worldwide. Okay.
Yeah. So it was good. It made 76.1 million foreign, which only dropped 33% from the opening. So the international total on the Tom Cruise movie is 231.2 million. So yeah, it's made substantially more than it has domestically. But But
we shouldn't forget, Rob. It started a little earlier internationally.
Right.
You know?
That's true.
It started a little earlier.
So that's pretty exciting. Final Destination Bloodlines has made worldwide 229.3 million.
Most successful movie of the franchise.
And the film has also become, this is interesting, the biggest horror movie of all time in Pakistan and the 4th best ever there for a Warner Brothers title. So,
congrats.
There you go. That's pretty cool. They love it. They love us. They love that movie, not us. They love the movie in Pakistan. So good on them. That's pretty cool. Now I will let's give you the domestic box office, which is where we're at. So domestic, we have again. Now we're over on. This is Anthony D'Alessandro. This is no longer Nancy Tartaglione that I'm stealing from. Number one in America was Lilo and Stitch, and it made $63 million this weekend for a total of $280.1 million domestic. Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning has made $122.6 million. This is domestic. The Karate Kid's Legends comes in at number 3 with $21 million. Final Destination Bloodline, 3-day, $10.8 million, 43% down, but that's great hold for a horror movie. Bring Her Back, which I still haven't seen. I'm probably going to go see it today. I can't wait to see this movie.
Because I wanted to ask you about
I'm dying to see it. I haven't.
Raka guys have done a second banger.
Yeah, that's what everyone's saying. I can't wait to see it. I got caught up with my wet Nelly, a lot of wiring, and so I gotta get it done. So Bring Her Back made $7 million, which he was number 5, but a lot of people are going to the movies. Sinners is up to $267 million domestic, which is a great result for that film. Thunderbolts made another $5 million for a total of $181.8 million. Friendship, which is another A24 title, is up to $12.3 million. Yeah. The Last Rodeo, which comes from Angel Studios that stars Neil McDonough, is $10.75 million in its second week. That's pretty good for Angel Studios. And then the J-Hope tour, Hope on Stage, has made $939,000. So it's a live broadcast of the grand finale of J-Hope's first solo world tour from Osaka's Kyocera Dome. And that's pretty cool. I mean, I don't even know J-Hope.
That's a little bit of I would call it a trend drop, but there's more concert stuff getting shown in
yeah, well, I think is especially like in K-pop and Asian music getting bigger with the kids, that if these bands aren't going to come to America, showing these simulcast concerts is a really cool thing. Yeah. Good for them.
And while you didn't get a chance to see Burnettwork back, which unfortunately I'll have to wait until August until it opens here. But of course, Rob, I went to the theater to watch Karate Kid Legends as a Cobra Kai fan and Karate Kid fan. And I have to tell you, Rob, it was the complete opposite experience to Mission Impossible 8. The movie felt rushed as if there was no tomorrow. I couldn't believe it. Could we slow it down a little bit? I'm pretty sure, Rob, there was a lot of stuff left on the cutting room floor, considering this movie. And it is like Jeremy Chan said, I was totally at the same boat as him. The interesting stuff is actually the beginning of the movie with Joshua Jackson.
Right.
I wasn't even aware that he's in the movie. So the beginning was actually more interesting. But the marketing sells you the combination of Jackie and Ralph, but Ralph is more a glorified cameo, and Jackie is a side character for me in the movie. So the last third of the movie, Rob, feels like a prolonged trailer. So for me, it's actually not Karate Kid Legends, it's Karate Kid Montage is actually the movie. So it flies through the whole last part. I'm pretty sure there was a lot of stuff cut out of the movie. But I'm still had a good time. Even Mark Kermode, I loved his review of the movie because he said he was in a foul mood. But the movie picked him up and he was in a good mood after it.
Well, that's good.
So it's not a movie. It's a movie. If you are a fan, I don't need to say you don't need to rush out to see it. You can wait because it's not mind blowing, or because I am hoping that we will get probably not an extended cut of the movie,
right? Because
I never had that feeling, Rob, a movie rushed through it the way Karate Kid did, Legends did. Unbelievable. Because the marketing of the movie is a little bit misleading. Because I had no idea that Joshua Jackson was in the movie, and it's not a small role. It's a pretty substantial, especially at the beginning of the movie. What I totally loved, Rob, I haven't checked part 2 in 4K, but at the beginning of the movie is a clip from the second one, and it looked great because me totally almost fit with the newer stuff. So I have to check the second part in 4K because it looked awesome from the colors, and I thought, wait, the footage from Karate Kid 2 at the beginning looks dope. So totally like Mark Kermode, good time, but it's not a must watch. Karate Kid Legends.
Wow.
So this
cool.
was my take of that movie. I saw some stuff.
Yeah, but I wanted to tell you because I watched something
okay.
So give
me your recommendation, Rob.
Well, so the guy who created Succession. Hang on, I want to get this information correct.
Yeah.
The guy who created Succession, Jesse. I want to say it's Jesse Alexander. Pardon me, it's Jesse Armstrong's movie. It stars Steve Carell, Rami Youssef, Jason Schwartzman, and Corey Michael Smith. And it is so the guy who created Succession, it's the first movie he directed. And it's about 4 tech barons, like the richest guys in the world. One of them isn't, but he's like a friend of the richest guys in the world. And they all get together. One of them has released a new AI platform that has been used to deep fake news stories, and it's fomented all kinds of unrest around the world. People are almost going to war over all the deep fakes that are happening. So these 4 tech barons, they get together in Jason Schwartzman's new beautiful house, like in the Rocky Mountains, and they decide basically, maybe we should just take over the world. So they're having this meeting, and it's just these 4 fucking guys. And Steve Carell, they have their pulse. They can literally, they're talking about toppling countries. And there's all, banks start to fail. And it's just these 4 guys in this house talking. And it just goes from there. And I found it to be very compelling viewing. Okay. And also monumentally depressing.
Where can you watch it, Rob?
It's on HBO.
Okay. Where can you watch them?
It's on Max.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
What's the title again, Rob?
Mountainhead. It's a play on Ayn Rand's Fountainhead.
I stumbled across that. I think I stumbled across that movie, Mountainhead. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Stubble McShave sends a tip and says, you have to give us a review of those Frank Luria books. If they are secondhand, you should beware the pages that are stuck together.
Stubble again.
And Justin Toner says, Rob Dietz, congrats on 200 episodes. Arrow reminded me why I love them. I pre-ordered the Dark City at 4K directly from their website, and my copy was delivered today, not long before the show started, 3 weeks early of the release date. Oh, I order all of my Arrow directly from their website. And I, too, got some stuff from them. But I did not get my Dark City. I don't know why.
Me neither.
So, I guess Justin ordered it early, but that's very, very cool. So, yeah, let's show some stuff, dude. What do you want to show? You want to go first?
And before I forget, I have stuff to give away. We can do it a little later, in between. It's always tied to a little question, but the questions are very, very easy this time. Who starts, Rob?
Why don't you start?
Okay. First thing, Rob.
That's just me. I let Dieter start. Hang on. I know you love me.
I got it yesterday. Haven't seen it. I know the reviews were very middling. I think you have seen it, Rob, in the theaters. This was my favorite design, considering the steelbook, Mickey.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Because there are 3 different variations of the steelbook. This was my favorite from the look, but I haven't seen it. But I'm still looking forward to see what I will be making of Mickey 17. Like I said, 2 weeks ago I couldn't show. I bought Lilo and Stitch, the 4K. So nothing special to it. Same underneath. And I still had a good time after seeing it again to refresh a little bit of my memory. This one, Rob, I don't know. I was surprised that it came because it was delayed from Stuart Gordon from the UK, King of Ants.
King of the Ants. I keep forgetting. It's the same company that put out like Nomads too.
Yeah, it's TF, just TF, I think, Rob, is the company. So we have what we always like. We have outer shell. The cover artwork is different underneath it, and it comes with a booklet 2, 18 certificate. Let me just see, Rob. Strong violence, score 6, disturbing scenes. Okay, and we have the booklet for it. Oh, holy moly! But I never heard of that movie, Rob. So Cat in the Bag for me, King of the Ants. From wait, Rob, it says 101 films here, but it's TF here on the side. So make this TF on the side. King of Ants. Then let me just see where I jump over to this one. It's not a nice steelbook considering the cover, but I'm really looking forward to watch that movie again. Haven't seen it in a long time. I've got my Knight's
TF is
Tale.
Treasured Films. Treasured Films.
Oh, Treasured Films. Okay, nice. It comes with the 4K and the Blu-ray. Haven't seen this movie in forever. Really looking forward to it, and since it's from Sony, it's probably looking pretty damn good. The next one, I didn't know if I should have waited because all those movies from sometimes Universal later get a 4K. It's actually this is from Paramount. I'm wrong, and I had a good time with it. It wasn't the biggest hit for me. The slasher comedy, Valentine comedy, Hard Eyes. Nothing to it, just the discs. So, Hard Eyes. Then, this is a blind buy for me, and it was price reduced in America. So, but I have never seen this movie for blind buy. I bought American movie, terrific, funny, inspiring. Nothing to it. Same underneath. 4K. So this was price reduced, and I said, okay, I read good stuff about it, give it a look-see. Then the next one Rob already showed. I haven't gotten around to it. 3 Hardway from Warner Archive. So much for people saying, I don't buy anything from Warner Archive.
That movie's fun.
At least one.
Two Jims and Fred.
Just one here. Then let me just see where I go from here. Okay. Turbine. Turbine is continuing their 3D streak, and especially with animation, 3D is always great. And I had quite fun with both of those fourth entry of both franchises. They released Kung Fu Panda 4 in 3D. As always, you can, if you want, change the cover artwork to a different one on the back. It's mostly the front is often the German one, and the switch that you can make is mostly to the English version. And I even had a good time with Despicable Me 4, which Turbine put out in 3D. Speaking of Gobbledygook, as Rob told us, he didn't mind it with Mission Impossible 8, but this franchise, he said, I jumped ship, I stopped. He didn't bought this title. I bought it now a second time because it's in 3D. And you get always, if you buy the 3 titles from Turbine together, get it cheaper if you buy all 3. I will show it, Rob. Keep your cool. The 9th one in 3D. Fast and Furious 9. No. Let's switch it out. Different cover artwork. So Fast and Furious 9 in 3D. Those were the last 3 3D titles from Turbine that they released again. And this one, Rob had this in the news section. And I love that 88 film is going the Radiance way with the Obi. Even if I quite enjoy the reversible cover artwork, but I probably will leave it at that. Rob showed it in the news section. Of course, I bought both Zebra Man.
Yeah, dude.
For Shimige. So it comes, both come with a booklet for those movies. There he is, man himself. So we've got a booklet. And like I said, you can use a different cover artwork. But it's always tough because we don't want to lose the Obi, Rob. But if you switch it often, the Obi is above the cover artwork. So it's always a tough one. Because somehow, like you always said, the Obi makes it seem more valuable, you know, more high art, more class. So the first Zebra Man. So Zebra Man, the first, and here we have the second one, which is called Attack on Zebra City. Is the second title to it, and this one comes with a booklet too. Yummy, 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 yummy. So totally nice. That 88 goes a little bit the Radiance way with those kind of titles. Zebraman 2. Okay, first batch for me. First of all.
Nice.
A lot of stuff more coming.
Well, I think I will start with, I only got one thing from Kino Lorber this week, and I opened it up and watched it because I wanted to see it. Bottoms. Have you seen this?
Nice, Rob. I'm totally waiting on mine. It's still not shipped yet. I love Bottoms.
This is hilarious. This movie was hilarious. Joyride.
The Female Fight Club.
Joyride and Bottoms. They're two. You know, they say there's no good teen films being made, and Marshawn Lynch is in this.
I was really worried if the title will even get a release. It was announced, and it was.
Yeah,
and
Kino picked it up, and they just sent this to me. It came in its own little box, and I'm like, I didn't know. They announced it, and like you said, it disappeared. I'm like, what's up with this?
And I think, Rob, isn't it a MGM Amazon title?
It is.
Yeah,
it is. But maybe it because something happened when MGM was acquired, and they had some deal. So maybe there was some shenanigans going on in terms of release and ownership. But yes.
I can't wait to get it, Rob. But unfortunately, it's not shipped yet.
No, and then I have to say I got this from Eureka in the UK. This nice. Is easily one of my favorite. You know, I think that obviously I think that the Beyond box is. Yeah. But this Eureka, the Strange New Worlds, the DIFA movies. So earlier I showed that Deaf Crocodile put out a box set with 2 of these DIFA movies. Now DIFA was a studio in East Germany during the time of communism before the wall came down. And they made 4 science fiction movies. And of these 4, I'd only ever seen what's called The First Spaceship on Venus. And originally it was called The Silent Star. So these are 4 science fiction movies that were meant to compete with 2001. I mean, they're not as good as 2001. But for the time in which these were made...
Could they even distribute those movies outside of
No,
East
not really. And I'd only ever seen First Spaceship on Venus. I found all of these. So there's The Silent Star, Signals, Illumia, and In the Dust of the Stars. And I've watched all 4 of them. And what's really interesting is all of these movies come out of a communist utopian sensibility. So there is the representation, the multiracial representation in these movies is crazy. It's more than Star Trek. You've got blacks, you have Asians, so it was a totally a future that represented all peoples on Earth, which is really, really interesting. And there is this communist utopian future, and we've conquered the stars. And look, are these films for everybody's taste? No. The pacing is they're relatively slow paced. They've got great miniature work and really interesting design work. The sets and the costumes are really cool. But I just found these all a fascinating experience. Also, First Spaceship on Venus, you see the original version. And this is a beautiful box set. They've got all 4 movies on discs here. And
what's the quality, Rob? Picture quality.
Stunning. Absolutely stunning, because there has been an effort to restore these DIFA studio. DIFA's DEFA is the name of the studio. And it's this is an incredible box set. And, if you're a science fiction film fan, and if you're a science fiction film fan that can watch like Stalker, I highly recommend this set. And it's really, really great. I'm so happy.
The language is German, Rob?
Yes.
The language is German?
It's German. It's German and subtitled in English.
Okay.
But there's some great, the films themselves, highly recommended. Really love this set.
Nice.
So, and then I did get a box of the latest Warner Archive releases. And here's a movie I've been waiting for, Mystery Street, which stars Ricardo Montalban. So I'm looking forward to seeing this. I just got these, so I haven't dug into that. Rhapsody in Blue. Now, this is the movie about Gershwin, which is a star-studded cast. So I'm waiting for that. And then Three Comrades with Robert Taylor. And it's vivid. It says it's MGM's Vivid Romance of Today. So I bet this looks great. And then they Lean on Me. This is a terrific movie with a great Morgan Freeman performance, if you've seen that. This is a newer movie. And then a really much Marion Cotillard, La Vie en Rose. So, and this is the extended version. So I like this movie a lot. I saw this in the theater. So this is pretty cool. I mean, this is a really great set of 5 films from Warner Archive. Happy to get those, especially this. And I look forward to looking up that Ricardo Montalban film. Because he wasn't a huge star, but he was a big star before he did Fantasy Island, and of course Wrath of Khan. So yeah, I got more to show, but I'll show those. I got a box from Arrow.
I think we should. Nice. I think we should go to the super chats.
Yeah, a lot of super chats flying in. Andy Haynes became a member. He's been a member for 20 months. Secular Monk has been a member for 21 months. Signal Strength says, Project Hail Mary on World of Real, a 3-hour cut of the film. I saw that. I'm going to do a Robservations on it because I am extremely excited to do that. Kenny Colton says, congrats on 200 episodes, gentlemen. I raised my 4K Steelbook of Total Recall, which celebrates its 30th anniversary today. Total Recall is 35 years old today. That's crazy.
Unbelievable.
Blazin Asian asks, what are your thoughts on Clint Eastwood's recent comments on the industry? He's my hero. Also, happy 200th to you physical media studs. Here's to another 200. Well, Clint Eastwood said he
hurt his views.
He has Clint Eastwood. I don't know what his views are, but he's talking about making another movie that he's not going to give up.
Okay.
Can you believe that shit?
Unbelievable.
I mean, that's pretty impressive if you want to think about it. That's good stuff. So, so Clint Eastwood has claimed that he is actually going to perhaps maybe direct again.
That's cool.
He's like, why not? I'm like, yeah, hats off to you, bro. Why stop? If you stop, you die. That's what I like to think about. I don't like to think about dying. I like to think about not stopping. We're all going to get there soon enough. Why be in a hurry? You might as well just keep working. And speaking of keeping working, we have a guest who's going to talk about his physical media collection. Hang on. We've had him before. Mr. Max Allen Collins is back on this show.
Can you hear me?
Hello.
We can hear you, Max.
We can hear you.
All right, good. Show so far.
Well, okay. I'm glad.
Happy you agree.
You're
satisfied.
A lot of fun.
A performing artist says, hello, Rob and Dieter. Do you have any complimentary words for Aesop's Tales, Grimm's Tales, or such? Any British literature faves besides Shakespeare? Well, I read it's Aesop's Fables, right? Or is it Aesop? I always said Aesop's Tales, Aesop's Fables, and Grimm's. I loved Grimm fairy tales when I was a kid. Loved Grimm fairy tales when I was a kid. They were a big part of my childhood, and Aesop's Fables were too. But in terms of British writers, I read a lot of British fantasy. People like, I think Michael Moorcock's British, right? And then, of course, Graham Masterton and James Herbert and all those people. I don't know if I should admit that I like that stuff, but I certainly did. John Christopher, who wrote the Tripods trilogy, grew up reading all that stuff. I loved British horror authors. So, what about you, Max? Do you have any favorite British tales, British literature? You seem to be asking about highbrow stuff. Tolkien too. I don't know if I did read Shakespeare. I haven't read all of Shakespeare. I've read a lot of Shakespeare, but not everything. What do you think, Max? Do you have any favorite?
Well, I do like Dickens, but I was the minute he said British, I thought Ian Fleming.
Well, I've got some, I think William Makepeace Thackeray, who wrote Barry Lyndon, he's British, right? I have all of his works back here. But yeah, Ian Fleming, there you go. I've read all his books, all of his Bond books.
Lynn Dayton, John Le Carre. I mean, it's good stuff.
It is good stuff. So let me see. So that's from a performing artist. Good question, by the way. Thomas Logan says, fun scenario, Bobby. You take Dieter Bastian to a screening of Che in L.A. with a live intro by Soderbergh. How far into its 267-minute running time does Dieter Bastian walk out on? I think Dieter could handle it. I think you could make it all the way, Dieter.
Yeah. Especially in the States where perhaps there is no intermission and not that many commercials like I used to hear.
Well, there you go. Black Adder, not I, with a $20 super chat says, have either of you seen Hearts of Darkness, the making of Jason Goes to Hell? I think I was at the world premiere in Glasgow, and I think the world premiere was in Glasgow, and I was definitely there. I think it was the world premiere. It's good. Well, speaking of Jason Goes to Hell, you already showed it, but it did come in my Arrow box.
Nice.
So is it on here?
So I have no idea, Rob. I have not checked the special features yet.
There's a brand new audio commentary
about this documentary.
Yeah, I don't know if it's on here. It might be on this disc. I haven't opened it up, but I would love to see it. That was one of my. So there you go. Dieter already showed that though. 200 Watt Studio says, I got my $2 Arrow boxes. Absolutely beautiful job. Geez, everyone is ruining what I was going to show. But since people brought it up, I too got. Did you get your for a few dollars more?
No.
I haven't opened this yet, but I did watch A Fistful of Dollars. Stunning. These are stunning. These are must-owns. Must-owns. Top releases of the year. So, yes. But nice. I got mine. So, 200 Watt Studio, they're amazing. They are a beautiful job. Hitchhiker42 says, Rob, so glad I found a writer you had not seen before. But when I saw the picture on the book, I thought you would like it regardless. Okay, Max, did you see me earlier talking about this?
Yes. Yeah.
Do you know this guy? Frank Luria?
Yeah. I'm trying to think what it is because
he's written a ton of movie novelizations.
Yeah. And I think he may have done The Fury.
Really?
I think maybe he did. And that's just pulling that out of the recesses of my mind.
Well, let me tell you, Baron Orgaz is my new favorite thing in life. And I haven't even read it yet. So, thank you for that.
I'm wrong about The Fury because The Fury was John Ferris, wasn't it?
Yeah, he wrote the original novel.
Right.
Yeah.
This some heavyweight horror thing he did. I mean, some household word horror thing.
Yeah, no, totally. But you know what? Whatever he did, I don't care. Nothing is better than Baron Orgaz. Come on.
Well, you should read them in chronological order. You should.
Well, read that. Dude, the first thing I did was I'm like, I needed to find out the main character's name is Dr. Orient. Come on. I had to go find out. There are 7. And he's on Goodreads. And you can get all 7 books. I was like, Baron Orgaz, you've got Rough Trade. It's like, I'm surprised that William Friedkin didn't find this book and turn it into something. I got to get all of them. But I got to get all the original paperbacks with the lurid covers, which, So, I'm very happy with my Baron Orgaz book.
I was a lurid paperback writer, so I can.
Yeah.
I can follow you on that.
I mean, I feel bad that kids today don't have paperbacks full of sex and violence that they can read when they're 12.
The spinner racks are gone.
Yeah, they're all gone.
Yeah.
I mean, how come people don't, if every 12-year-old should read one of John Norman's Gore novels. If you haven't read a Gore novel and you're 12, you haven't lived. Everyone's reading. That's why our civilizations become so infantilized. They're only reading Harry Potter when you could be reading John Norman's Gore saga, but you're not. It's too bad.
I was reading Harold Robbins.
Yeah. The Giants.
The Carpetbaggers.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Were you bagging some carpet back then?
I mean, I was reading that in study hall.
Well, there you go. Okay. Marco has been a member for 28 months and asks, when are we getting the Cannonball Run films on physical media? By the way, FC Saarbrücken are in the second league in Germany.
No, they're not. They lost. They almost made it. They are not in the second league. So that is incorrect, unfortunately.
Really? Does that mean I should never wear my Saarbrücken jersey ever again?
You should wear it, Rob.
I was going to wear it today.
There was a chance that they would made it into the second league, but they didn't. They didn't, Rob. They will stay in the third, unfortunately.
Well, that's too bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, we are caught up with super chats.
Oh,
Or
okay.
wait.
So Max, just one quick question from the live chat, actually, that was addressed to you. Because Raiders of Steak asked Max, are you a fan of the Clint Eastwood film Andrew Cleven novel True Crime?
Well, I wrote a novel called True Crime that's quite a bit better than both of those.
By the way, it is better, and it will be the next audio drama that we do. It will be the sequel to The Assassination of Anton Cermak.
That's true. Yeah. I'm real proud of that book, and I love it when he likes my stuff, Dieter. I love
It's always a good sign.
You know what? I have an affection for Andrew Cleven. He's a conservative. He's like part of the Daily Wire group. I just like listening to him talk. I'm not a fan necessarily of all of his politics, but I like him. He just is kind of a funny guy. Funny how? He amuses me. But so anyway, Max, I wanted to ask you, you're here. You are also, I've actually seen your physical media collection. It is enormous. And, after we've done 200 shows, I want to ask you, because we have this conversation. Dieter and I still collect, but you and I, Max, have talked about the existential nature of our collections, and should we continue to collect? And as I've been watching more discs because nobody was here, so I could play things at ear-splitting volumes and stuff. And I was watching my discs, and I was thinking, like, how are you just going to continue on? Should we still buy physical media? Is it still relevant? Tell us, Max.
Well, I turned an interesting corner probably 2 weeks ago, which was, in the closet is where I take the stuff, where I put the stuff I'm going to take to half-price books, okay? So something I bought, I look at that and say, never going to watch that again, put it in the closet. Well, that's a first for me. And I put about three, because I'm never gonna watch them again. So I find myself being very fussy about what I buy, and really liking to go to the box sets. Like the one I own, the one that you showed. The
Deefa one.
Yeah, and,
it's incredible.
And my son Nate, who is a Japanese to English translator and loves foreign stuff, he's watching those with me and loving them, and they're wonderfully strange.
Aren't they? Yes. Have you? Yes, they really are. And I was delving in some of the special features, and they were talking about the communism of it all, and very fascinating. They're just fascinating to watch, but they're beautifully made.
The second one, I don't remember the name of it, but it just looked like somebody had taken a Space 1999 episode and dubbed it incorrectly.
Was
Because
that
he and I, my son and I watched that whole thing, and at the end of it said, "Wonderful movie." Have no idea what was going on. It's like,
Oh yeah. Was that the dust in the dust of the stars? I think that's in the dust of the stars. Yeah.
Well, I can show you some of the box sets I've been picking up recently. A couple of them have to do with I'm going to have to step on Dieter's toes, because here's the if let's see if I can get this thing framed right.
Here, I'll here.
I love when you say Crimmy.
Yeah, this is the Terror and Fog, and this is a really good box set. It's kind of got off to a wrong start with me. The first movie in here is pretty weak, and I really had that feeling of, oh my God, did I really waste my money on this? Then all the others were excellent, and they, usually you have me on here to talk about film noir, and these really have a film noir flavor. This is a great box set, and I love physically how these Masters Cinema boxes are. They're just really handsome.
Yeah, they really are. They're beautiful. The same with the.
How's the quality actually, Max?
Excellent. And then I had already gotten the
Mabuse.
Oh, that's an incredible box set too.
And I love it. And it kind of, it goes downhill. It starts with Fritz Lang, and then by the time you get to the end of the set, it's like bad James Bond imitation.
Yeah.
But it's a fairly slow fall, and it's incredibly beautifully packaged. And I think the packaging is, I won't buy a package of something that I don't really like. As I get older, I've got to like the movie.
Sure.
And I don't have, I
totally understand it.
But I just, I don't care. I don't care what kind of trappings it has. If I don't like the movie, I'm just not interested. But this is a really good box set, and the Fritz Lang movie is excellent. And then I've been getting these. We talked about this privately, Rob. These Tale of Adventure collections from Imprint.
Oh, they're awesome.
They rock, and and again, the packaging here is so beautiful that you sort of don't even care that sometimes the movies are a little sketchy.
That's new one, isn't it?
Yeah, this is, and I've got the other one here. That's science fiction stuff,
right?
And this is war, and just saw a fascinating movie. I'm not doing very good getting this thing in the camera, but. The first movie, I knew nothing about it. Have you ever heard of this movie, Counterattack?
No, but I've seen posters for it.
Well, I thought it would be just a traditional war movie. And it starts up, and it's Paul Muni, who's a incredible actor. And it's about the Russians. Russians versus Germans.
Wow.
And they're all just speaking English. And there's no attempt to do Russian accents or anything. And very, very early on, it becomes an enclosed situation where Paul Muni and a very beautiful girl who's a resistance person, they have 10 Nazis with them that they're holding at gunpoint while the war goes on upstairs. I'd never heard of it. I'd never seen it. What was fascinating about it is I'm just sure we haven't seen this because it's pro-Russian.
Wow.
And one of the writer, John Lawson, I forget his name, but he's a blacklisted writer.
Wow.
So there's all, and again, now I wouldn't have known about this movie if they hadn't put this box set out. So I think it's a real, and they tend to do like a 40s movie, a 50s movie, a 60s movie, and a 70s movie. Not always, but it's a good way to see, well, gee, this is one of my favorites. I'm glad to get this, and I've never seen this. I just think Imprint is an incredible. I just wish they weren't in Australia.
Yeah, because it costs an arm and a leg to get the shipping costs on these discs are you gotta spend like $100 to get free shipping or whatever.
Now I have to apologize to you, Rob.
Here it comes.
I have to apologize to you because today's my wedding anniversary. And you wanted my wife to come on and reveal to Dieter how.
Yeah, her great love for Dieter, how she has a crush on him.
But it turns out, Dieter, she loves our grandkids more than she loves you.
Oh, well.
But don't worry, she loves them more than she loves me, too.
Oh, well, one day.
Getting back to our film noir theme, this was the gift I got today, and this is physical media. I'm so bad at getting this thing lined up. But
yeah, I have a picture.
I know that, Max. I always make the wrong one too.
I'll get used to it. But this is called The Art of Classic Crime and Mystery Movies. 800 movie posters in here.
Wow.
And a lot of them are film noir and the classic stuff. But they come up through Dirty Harry and the last maybe, I don't know, 30 pages have some more modern movies. Of course, to me, I think Dirty Harry's a modern movie.
This is a great looking. This looks great. Wow. So that, Max, when did this come out?
I just very recently. This is a brand new book, and my beautiful wife Barb bought it for me for our anniversary.
Wow, look at
So
you!
it only features the posters of the movies, or just
No, there's quite a bit of copy, and it isn't. Sometimes the posters are, there's a bunch of them on a page, but there is information. It's a fabulous book. This will have to win an Edgar, I think. It's just amazing. Ed Hulse is the guy who did it.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, and we do give. We shouldn't forget the books like Baron Orgasm.
Yeah, we don't ever forget books like Baron Orgasm.
That's physical media.
It's another great. It says right here, it's another great novel of ancient evil let loose in the 20th century. I mean, it says right here: Satanism, sex, and the sadomasochistic underground. I mean, that's like the trifecta for a Friday night for me.
It's just like buzzword.
You Satanism, sadomasochistic. I mean, come on, it's all. Because when I start my satanic cult, which we're going to get to a little later, because there's actually a documentary in the news section about the satanic panic of the 70s and 80s. So when we start our satanic cult, it'll be a proper satanic cult.
I did a Ms. Tree story about a satanic cult.
I did not know that.
I've got to talk to you, Rob, about which copies you have of my
yes
the archival mystery that Titan put out. I think I sent a couple of those.
Yes, you did.
You want all six. It's like bubblegum cards. You want all six. Speaking of bubblegum cards, I think this is my advice to collectors, as somebody a little older than some of them are. Don't collect movies like bubblegum cards. To me, it's like the comics fans that don't read comics. They want the slabbed version. This is about entertainment. It's about reading.
Are you saying that we shouldn't buy things that we don't watch?
Well, of course I do.
Yes, I think we're all guilty of that. We're all guilty of that.
Time that's missing, Max. It's all about to watch all the stuff.
I'm starting to realize that it's very unlikely. I mean, some kid came to my house and said, "Are you going to read all these books?" And I looked and I thought, "Yeah, maybe 25% of them."
That's give or take, considering the collection. Yeah.
See, that's my existential crisis.
Well, I feel the same way. I mean, does Baron Orgasm go to the top of the pile? I think it does.
We are just we're just happy if we know that there.
Well, that's true. And you know what movie had that? Do you know? Sometimes it's just to know that it's there. That's
Correct.
That's from Free Enterprise, dude. That's a line from Free Enterprise.
And I do believe in building a library because it's one of the wonderful things about the collecting hobby. Whatever you're in the mood for, you got one.
Right.
You know, that's really important. But sometimes
I'm always in the mood for another orgasm. Baron orgasm.
we want a full, detailed book report by next week.
Oh, I yes, I'm going to dive right in to this.
An essay.
Yeah, a book report. I got to get all 7 of them, but like you said, I don't know that Baron Orgasm comes in the middle of the 7 books. So
you just kind of summarized a lot of the problem of the collector brain, because I'm the same way. Oh, how many other books did this writer do? I like this one, or I can't read this one till I've read those.
Well, yeah. And now, Dieter, I got to ask you. So the Arrow titles I did get. Did you get is it the Shout Factory Friday the 13th box set, the big box set?
Yeah, we both got it.
Right? We both. But so these are in that box set.
Yeah, but considering the cover artwork, Rob, how could I say no?
But that was the thing, and also, but they're not in 4K. That box set's not 4K, so
no, not 4K. And considering Jason X is probably just a 2K master already, Rob. It's
I know,
upscale.
but we had to buy these. I mean, I did not need these in 4K. I didn't need them.
Probably
I have them in the box set.
I just love the artwork. The artwork was from. It's fitting with the 2009.
I know
remake revisioning. You know,
it is silly that I own these.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to understand that you don't need everything in 4K. You need the American Pie movies in 4K. Okay?
Well, here's the thing. They might have a Dolby Atmos track on them. And you got to look. You got to look at the
which, considering the American Pie movies, is probably not needed too.
Yeah, you're probably right about that, Max. And I think you're right that I think a lot of movies are not necessarily needed. I mean, we don't need any movies, do we? But I mean,
it depends if you love the movie and how good the old Blu-ray perhaps was. You know, if it's one of the early ones and the new transfers really giving the movie really a new life and a new look. You know.
Well, that's the thing. If the transfer is great, that's what you want. By the way, I just got an email that says that my Kingdom of Heaven steelbook did ship from Amazon yesterday.
Oh, nice.
Which, there's been Jeff from Films at Home was talking about how you can't get them. You couldn't. They were gone. Like, I ordered that thing when it was announced. Amazon's like, sorry, we don't have any. I'm like, I ordered this months ago.
It comes out later in the UK and Germany, so I'll have to wait.
Well, then you'll get it.
Have to wait.
Well, this is like when the Diabolique, when it comes up to say what all the new stuff is, and sold out. And this is the first moment that they've appeared anywhere.
Yes.
Someone's got an inside track.
Well, they're not going to make, that's why.
It's probably the one Max that did send Rob the green bean grower. It's probably the inside.
Was that on this show? Was that on this show or Rob's Observations? Because that was one of my favorite things I've ever seen on any one of your shows.
And that was on this show, and it really happened. Yes. I mean, I'm like, somebody went and bought a second side order and replaced it with that bean. I don't even know what it is.
I know what it is. It's karma.
Yeah, it is karma. By the way, Justin Toner sends in a tip. This is important. Says Barnes & Noble has a 50% off Kino Lorber title sale going on until the 15th, online and in stores. 50% off. And at my local store, I got High Noon and Sudden Death 4Ks. I also got the Dirty Harry 4K. My store is also carrying Arrow, Vinegar Syndrome, and Indicator releases too. Wow, that's great. That's great.
That's a great.
Yeah, I got to get that. See, I've got the Blu-ray Dirty Harry box set. It's really cool, and I'm like, I got to get that Dirty Harry 4K.
You need it. And she'll see Dieter. Rob and I get on the phone together, and we're like the AA guy with their,
That's Alcoholics Anonymous, Dieter.
Yeah, Alcoholics Anonymous. With the person this is the person you're of having that drink, and all we do is talk each other into drinking more.
It's true. It's true.
That'd be good.
There's nothing wrong with that, though. Nothing wrong with that.
Like I told you, Max. If a bottle is called a sewer, not an alcoholic,
Well, yeah.
That's why we're imagination connoisseurs and not geeks or nerds. We're always above $15.
The Dirty Harry box set that I got from.
Of course, but
this is the French one. It says L'Inspecteur Harry.
By the way, Clint Eastwood, according to Stubble McShave, who sent in a tip, says Clint Eastwood turned 95 yesterday. He says he seemed old and unforgiven, and that was 33 years ago. So,
inside
are those Blu-rays?
No, this is the 4K, Max. This is the 4K. Just only Harry.
Hey, you guys, you should stay a little further back from your mics, because when you get closer to them, it clips.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's all good. Thomas Logan says, anybody seen Richie? Why'd he do Bobby Lupo? We just got cut off again. Oh, no, we're back. We didn't get cut off. And then, Justin, I did read both of your tips. I read the first one you wrote earlier. Are those Dirty Harry? Oh, is that one of the things you got was a Dirty Harry box set?
Yeah.
Okay.
Those are the...
You're too close to the mic.
Wrong way.
I don't need those.
Okay.
Don't need them.
I know.
I want disc.
And
4K disc is amazing.
Yeah.
And you might think that movie, because it's just a crime movie. That's where I'm wrong about American Pie. American Pie.
I don't understand.
I need Gene Levy in 4K. Okay, I love Gene Levy, but you don't need him in 4K.
I don't understand why Thomas Logan is quoting, admittedly another Warner Brothers series, but what's his face? Out for just Steven Seagal. He's quoting Steven Seagal movie when we're talking about. Martino Sumoni just sent in $200 and says happy 200th anniversary, or happy 200th anniversary.
Swiss francs, isn't it? Swiss francs, Rob?
It is Swiss francs. CHF. Because he does live on the Swiss-Italian border, and one day I'm going to his house. He's been here. I'm going there.
There was a pretty hefty landslide in Swiss where a whole town got.
Oh yeah, I saw that, a glacier.
Yeah, correct. Luckily, they got everyone out before it happened.
Yes, I don't think
So
Martino would. I don't think it happened to him.
No.
But you know that Martino actually has the Lotus. I don't think it's the actual car, but he's got a Lotus, like at the beginning of The Prisoner.
Ooh.
That Patrick McGowan's driving. Martino gave me which now has its deflector dish, an Enterprise that's hanging right above me. And he also gave me a bunch of Playmobil cars and a bird of prey. Martino's, he's like Santa Claus all the time. So that's very nice.
So Rob,
thank you so much, Martino.
When The Prisoner came out in a second Blu-ray set,
right?
Did you get the second set? And you already had the first, I'm assuming.
Yeah, you mean the one from Australia?
Yeah, there's a network originally did it.
Yeah, I have the network one.
And did you bother with the other one?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't. I didn't. I'll tell you why. Okay, like it's like with I didn't buy that UFO set, the imprint UFO set. Although I'll probably buy it because I spent a hideous amount of money on the Japanese version. When UFO first came out in Japan, it came out in this chrome box, but some of the color timing was wrong. And then I bought the beautiful UFO set from the UK that came with the box, and then the imprint set came out. I bought the Space 1999 imprint set, which is great. That's why I want to get the UFO set.
Oh, my UFO set came, Dieter, from Germany.
Oh, nice.
It's the Germany one.
Yeah.
So there you go.
It's pretty simple, but it's all there, and they look beautiful.
The transfers are incredible. When they did The Prisoner, Space 1999, Thunderbirds, I've got those. I bought the hideously expensive Thunderbirds Blu-rays from Japan as well, which I had to have. But I had those on Laserdisc too. Just keep buying stuff, just over and over.
When's the last time you watched?
That's clearly a step up, Rob, considering from Laserdisc to
I haven't watched. I have a Laserdisc player. It works. I have not watched a Laserdisc in 25 years. Most of my favorite Laserdiscs are in frames and hanging on the wall. I found a guy that had Japanese Laserdiscs, and he was selling them for like $10 each. And I bought like 10 of them, and I put them all in frames to hang them up. They're great.
Yeah.
Martino says...
excuse me. Go ahead.
Oh, Martino says he had nothing to do with that slide. With the landslide. He didn't do it. He didn't do it. So that's good. I'm glad he didn't do it. Because that would be sad.
I found with Laserdiscs, and it was actually during COVID. I got attuned to the fact that there was a lot of music, a lot of on Laserdisc that wasn't available anywhere else,
especially from Japan.
Yeah, and because it was kind of 80s music, it just nobody has put this stuff back out again, or very little of it.
Well, also it's
great to see.
Yeah, a lot of it it's standard def. So a lot of people stay away from that stuff. There's so many great music videos. Like I have a couple of Prince concerts that were never released. They're like bootleg Prince concerts that they put out on Laserdisc in Japan. I have those. But yeah, there's music, especially the Japanese put out. There's great operas on Laserdisc, which they'd be perfect to redo those, but they were probably shot originally in 4K. I mean, in standard def. Yeah. So that's probably why we haven't seen them. But it would be great to get that stuff.
Yeah, I really, and during COVID, I was looking for stuff like that to while away the hours.
Yeah,
and I put together a pretty good collection. In fact, there's a whole shelf over here that's nothing but music, and all kinds of people got concert Laserdiscs, and I mean people that nothing was released here at all.
Yeah,
and it's pretty amazing. So I do still look at that stuff from time to time. And there's still a lot of movies on Laserdisc that, and again, kind of in that pocket of when Laserdisc got big, a lot of B movie stuff just is gone. The only place you could look at it if you wanted to see it would be on Laserdisc.
Yeah, but more and more as the stuff is coming out. I mean, is there stuff, Dieter? Is there a movie that you particularly want that you don't own?
It's more of when we get a release announcement, or in your news section, then I'm aware. Oh, that's the title I want.
Right.
And I wasn't even aware that I was missing that. Because considering the 4K stuff we are getting, there's really stuff that I would never expected to getting a release on.
Oh,
on 4K.
it's in the stuff the Asian cinema that we're getting. I read this week. I forgot this happened last week, but Arrow also. They are going to be releasing the Golden Princess movies, all the Asian movies that Shout Factory got
UK.
They're going to release them in the UK. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
correct. Probably,
that's.
I would think, Rob, they are the same transfers that Shout is doing.
But Arrow does such a great
so.
job with their box. They put other stuff in them. Like I'll buy Hard Boiled and The Killer and Bullet in the Head from A Better Tomorrow. Get all that stuff from Arrow. Because
do you think there'll be a difference? Do you think there'll be a major difference?
I think that Arrow, because they always do the slip cases. I mean, Shout does slip. It depends. I mean, I don't know what they're going to do. They're probably going to do something special, but Arrow tends to, even the packaging materials, they use better paper. Their O-rings are better.
But I would expect they come out later in the UK. Just expecting that, and then not pretty patient, Rob, so probably will get the US ones first.
Yeah,
just to see how they look, especially from those movies which we waited that long to get them.
Yeah,
at least a decent quality.
Because I've got the Blu-rays of The Killer and that I got from Hong Kong Rescue, The Killer and Hard Boiled.
We're one of the lucky few, Rob. That
I know.
Actually got something.
he did a great job, though.
Yeah.
He did a great job.
Yeah.
Can I ask you guys a question? Did either of you or both of you get the Kino 4Ks of the Dollars trilogy?
Yeah.
Yes, I have them.
4K.
That's why I'm pretty hesitant, Max, to order them again, the Arrow sets,
So Rob, you did get them. You did get them both.
Yes.
Anyway.
And I purchased the yes, because they were going to be, because damn fool Idealistic Crusader worked with Arrow on them to make sure they were perfect. So, no, I did because I wanted the materials and the box set, the artwork, and the transfers will be definitive. Because there's some color timing issues on the Kino 4Ks. And then I bought, which one did I buy from, there's one of the cult releases in Italy had a version of Good, the Bad, and the Ugly that.
Yeah, like I have to have those two, Rob. Because I love those slip covers that they attach to them. And you bought Good, the Bad, the Ugly because it was the longer cut, I believe.
Yeah, it has a long that.
I have those two, Max, so I'm hesitant to buy them again. Actually.
Well, I just bought them. They're so cool. They look so nice. They'll look so nice too. Now, okay, here's a conundrum that I have, though. Here's a conundrum. I'm Mr. Alphabetizer, but I got to put those. You
trilogy.
Can't, yeah, you can't. Yeah. So here's the thing. Do you file it under Man with No Name, or do you put it under? Fistful of Dollars for a few dollars more in the Good, the Bad, and the Ugly? Or do you put it under G for Good, the Bad, and the Ugly?
Well, here's how I find my...
So how would you do it?
Here's how I do it. I know I own it, and I look for it for 4 hours.
Yeah, no.
That's my system.
Yeah, no, that's
correct. Correct. You and I, sir, pack our in the same shop.
But that's no. All my 4Ks are very nicely organized. So where do they go? Right now, they're under their proper name. The Kino ones are, Fistful of Dollars for a few dollars more and Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. But the Arrow titles, they've designed them. First of all, this artwork's incredible. The artwork on all of these is incredible. But look at this spine. They're all the same colored spine. You want them to go right next to each other, don't you?
They belong together.
These are important questions to ponder. As wars are breaking out all over the world and people are dying, Senator.
Well, I think you should file them under OCD.
Yeah, no. I'm not that OCD. I really am not. But where would you do it? Where would you put these?
I don't have to ask these questions. My true the true way I do it is I've got the comedies together and I've got the westerns together.
No, dude, that's not the true way to do it.
Okay,
And I know if I want to watch a western, I can go look at the and I've got all the John Wayne westerns together, and I've got all the Bud Boddicker westerns together.
it's not a bad system, genre.
No, it is how if other people want to find things. Look at that, multiple covers. These are the best.
Dogs and cats living together.
Mass hysteria. I'm telling you, alphabetizing is the way to go.
Ties. Okay.
So, there you go. Anyway, this is getting boring. Come on, guys, we have to
All
step it up. It's our 200th show.
Do you want me to shuffle off to Buffalo here? It's just a pleasure to see you two guys and be part of this, and I think we're going to continue doing a crime film noir thing, little segments.
Yes.
And I won't intrude quite so much because I like to sit in the chair and watch you guys go for it.
We love you, man. I'm not trying to kick you out, but you got your wedding anniversary.
Yeah, but as many weddings, as many years as that is, it's just like, can you believe we made it?
There you go. By the way, Kelvin Wellborn.
We already had a nice meal, and she's taking the grandkids to the water park, and
that's
I'll
nice.
just be
You can watch
in the chair watching you guys.
Kelvin Wellborn, congratulate us.
Well, thank you.
But that's good, man. It's good. By the way, Stubble McShave says I was successful in not writing another BBC joke about you guys. See, I have self-restraint.
Well, I love being part of the the C wing of the B&B motel.
Right.
B&B motel.
That's right.
We'll add that, Max.
We have the ice machine.
It's true.
Okay.
You have
guys
the ice
got
machine.
to come over to the C wing to get the ice machine and the Coca-Cola machine.
100%.
So
That's more important. Even more important.
So shall I leave you guys to it?
Yeah, I guess so. But it was great to have you. I mean, it was a real thrill. It's always a thrill to see you, to have you come on the 200th show. Is there anything that you are looking forward to that is coming out? Have you made any pre-orders that are something that you really want?
Well, I did. I pre-ordered Sinners, obviously.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And I'm really particular about the new movies now. There's a lot of new movies I don't. Of course, there's less of it available.
Right. I don't buy much new stuff either. I find myself there's not a lot of movies that I like. I bought Companion because I really like. I bought Companion. That's a great disc. And I did not buy Captain America and the Winter Soldier.
I didn't either.
Captain America: Brave New World. I didn't buy that movie. I can't believe that I didn't buy a MCU film.
Because I had everything
finally
on
gotten
3D.
around to see it.
I had them all on 3D, all the MCU stuff that was, Then I stopped it. I guess I didn't. I think I stopped after Eternals. I don't know.
Yeah, I used to buy all the 3D versions too, and I stopped doing it.
It's just
because they went exclusive to Japan. If you want.
Well, yeah, they did. Yeah, and they were also. I think Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was the last one I bought in 3D.
Yeah. I mean that's one of the problems with being a collector that we have to live with. Like we're talking about, if a 4K box of the Dirty Harry movies came out, even though I already own Dirty Harry on 4K and it's beautiful, I would buy that box even though I think the last movie is shit.
It is bad. The Deadpool is bad.
But the collector in me has to have it. I don't understand my own psychology.
It's normal behavior. Max.
Why?
It's nothing to understand. Here.
But but that's a really interesting. So we've all been collectors, and this show has forced me to continue collecting. I mean.
Thank you, Rob, for throwing me under the bus. Thank you.
I feel like if I don't buy things to show on this show, even though we just show them, like, look, we don't talk about the transfers. Although if I watch something beforehand, it's really good.
If we have seen it, Rob, but of course I don't have time to have seen all of this stuff.
Well, yeah, I mean,
we talk about it.
But I do. If something comes out, I'll throw it in for like 10 minutes and look at it. Like I like to look at the discs that I didn't like this week. I was building my model, so I was not doing it. But I did watch a couple of things. But the thing about it is I just, it's weird to me to think that I've bought like Star Wars. I bought the VHS, I bought the Laserdisc, multiple Laserdiscs of Star Wars, the pan and scan version, then it came out letterboxed. I got the letterboxed Japanese versions of Star Wars, then I got the American letterbox releases of Star Wars, and then I got the DVDs, and then I got the Blu-rays, and now I've got the 4K box set for Star Wars. Why? like it comes down to like, why? Like buying To Live and Die in LA, and by the way, Arrow is going to put out To Live and Die in LA in 4K. I'm going to buy it, and same with Thief, Michael Mann's Thief. I have Thief, but like I just, why? Like, what is the point? No one even comes over anymore. I have no more friends. It's like they don't even look at no one looks at my collection. So who am I trying to impress? Why is this? What is it psychologically about collecting that makes, especially with movies, like you're constantly trying to upgrade because you want the best version of the movie. But then why buy?
That's legitimate to want the best of the movie.
Yeah, but then you don't get rid of the old version. Like,
then there we differ, because I keep half price. I take that stuff out. It's too finite. It's just the world is too finite. The shelf space is too finite.
Really?
Already out of it.
I mean, I can't. I don't know. It's just an odd. But it is. Like I want the best version of it, so I should. I used to trade in stuff a lot. When I needed money and stuff, I would trade in stuff. Go to Amoeba here, and then you didn't get much anymore, or you can sell them stuff on eBay or whatever. But that's too much of a pain in the ass.
But you never know. I mean, I never guessed that Rob Burnett would be in my house and could see my collection and could be impressed by it.
Oh, I was impressed.
One of my
because
finest moments is impressing Rob, because we are collecting this stuff. There's some part of our brain that's, boy, if somebody could see this, if so-and-so could see this, they'd flip out.
Yeah, but that's what I used to have, in your younger days, people, especially in LA, people were in and out of your house all the time. You'd throw parties, you had friends over, you'd meet girls, and then you could impress them with the only time that ever didn't work out for me was there was another girl named Elizabeth who said she could never stay the night at my house again because of the dolls. She couldn't. He's
with so many women that he's now looping around.
Yeah, looping around to other Elizabeths. No, but that was really interesting. Like nobody cared, and they were Playmates, the Playmates 9-inch Star Trek figures. Maybe that was just her excuse, but it was the fact that there were dolls, like eyes, not just that. She understood they were Star Trek, but she didn't like the dolls with eyes. She just didn't like putting a lot of dolls together. Like I had all the crews.
Creepy dolls?
No, they were the crew. They were the Playmates 9-inch figures of all the Star Trek crews, the classic series, Next Generation, Deep Space Nine.
I'm trying to make this work with Hugh Hefner, and it's not. It's not.
Yeah, it's yeah. But I mean, what's that? Oh yeah, no. Playmates was the name of the toy company.
Yeah, I was going in a very weird place when you're on that.
Wow, that's weird. But I understand why you were there. So,
well, I would love to stay here, but I feel like you guys can do this without me. And I thank you, Dieter, for letting me intrude, and hope you put up with me when we do our little segments, which we're going to be doing. Probably we'll do one next week, I would assume.
Yeah, maybe. Yep.
Yeah, it's still maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe
I have to figure out. With June, there's going to be one day in June I can't do the show. Do you know why? I'm going to Martha's Vineyard.
Are you going to do the show when we're at Comic-Con?
Probably not, because I can't do the show on Sundays. But I'm going to Martha's Vineyard with some friends because they're having the big 50th anniversary celebration for Jaws, where they shot Jaws in Martha's Vineyard. Yeah, I think Charlie de Lauzarica's going. Yeah, I'm going with my friend Horace Austin. So that'll be fun. So I will miss one of the days, I think, or like June 20th or something, because they're having a big extravaganza to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Jaws in Martha's Vineyard. I've never been to Martha's Vineyard, so
he was there once. But I kind of wanted to sneak that in about Comic-Con because we can now talk about that.
Yeah. Well, why don't you tell people about Comic-Con? Well,
at San Diego Comic-Con, I am a special guest. It's an elite group of about 30 people.
But you're a guest of honor. That's a big deal at Comic-Con.
I'm a guest. The big part there is that I don't have to pay for my plane ticket. And I am going to be interviewed by Robert Meyer Burnett.
Really? No.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to have a great time. We're going to have a whole panel.
Yeah, we're going to have a panel, and it's and I think we'll be talking about true noir. And I haven't even talked to you about this, Rob, but we had a little premiere thing for my little movie Death by Fruitcake, and a bunch of people were there who I hadn't seen for a while, and many of them had ordered and enjoyed true noir.
Oh wow! Yeah, you didn't tell me that. That's good.
Yeah. And I mean, that is, I don't know, when you're a creative person, a lot of times you feel like you do what you do and you drop it down a well and you don't even hear the splash.
It's true.
And when somebody just unbidden comes up to you and says, wow,
no, it's true because, people don't quite understand that. Like you don't get like a penny for every time somebody watches your movie or something. It doesn't work. You don't know if you make something, you send it off into the world and it disappears.
And a couple of these people were like, the one guy was a world traveler who spends like half his year in Uganda. I mean, these are people on another level than us mere mortals. And when he's telling me he enjoyed what we did, that means a lot.
Oh, that's great. That's good to hear, man.
Yeah. So that's what's coming up. It's great for me. And then we're hoping to do some more true noir.
Yes, we are.
And a movie.
And a movie, the true noir dying in the post-war world.
Yeah, we're gonna.
You mean Max? You mean this movie?
That movie. Yeah.
That logo, of course, designed by Bartos for our movie. So there you go.
It's going to be a banger, isn't it?
It is going to be a banger. And people die. People die.
They die in the post-war world.
They die in the post-war world. It's set. The movie's set in 1947. For those, the audio drama was set in 1932 and 1933, and the movie is set in 1947. After Nathan Heller comes back from World War II.
That's right. And I keep saying if because I'm a little more practical than some people, but I do think that the next thing we're going to do in terms of audio is going to be true crime.
Yeah.
My true crime was before the true crime that Clint Eastwood adapted.
That Andrew Clavin wrote.
Yeah. I was before him. Just like True Detective was before that. Because I use the F word?
No, I don't know why. But the guy who created your first Nathan Heller book was called
True Detective.
And Nick Pizzolatto or whatever, who created True Detective, is writing the
The My Camera.
The My Camera script that you're the executive producer of.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious.
I know. It's a dog chasing its own tail. There's no question about it. I think, and the point I was going to make about true crime is it just takes place a year after True Noir, the Anton Cermak, the assassination of Anton Cermak. So it's just a year later.
Totally different vibe though. Totally different story.
Babyface Nelson, Dillinger,
Ma Barker.
Yeah. It's going to be great. So I'll get out you guys' hair. Thank you very much for having me. Congratulations on 200 great shows.
And happy anniversary to you.
Thank you. And I will look forward to 200 more.
All right. Well, we'll see you later, Max.
Thank you. How do I get out of here, Rob?
Here, I will get you out, Max. I will boot you out.
It kicks you out, Max.
Yeah, it does. It'll kick you out. Hold on. Let me see if I can do that. Let's see. Where? Oh, you know what? I don't know. Maybe I can't kick you out with this thing if I can't. Or we'll see. Hang on. Uh-oh. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. Max, you'll have to just turn off. You'll just have to turn off your thing to get out. But anyway, back to us. So Dieter, where are we? Where does that leave us? Where does that leave you and I?
I would say a lot of more stuff to show, Rob. Giveaway stuff, but I would say we do the super chats first.
By the way, I only have one more thing to show, so just so you know.
Okay, I have lots of more stuff to show.
Oh, that's good.
Because I didn't show everything 2 weeks ago. No.
No. Now we can.
If we take a break 1 week, there's more stuff coming together.
It's true. So let's see who we got. We got Castle Grayskull. Says happy 200th. Thank you, Castle Grayskull. Tom Jr. Jackson, our great moderator, says happy birthday, Rob, and happy 200 Deets. Thomas Logan says, Bobby, Warner Brothers offers you $10 million to direct The Maltese Falcon 2, Gangsta for Life. The film will star Lil Wayne as Sam Spade and Cynthia Erivo. Do you accept? No, because shit, I wish I read this when Max was here. Max Allen Collins has written The Return of the Maltese Falcon, and it's getting published by Titan Books in January. So one of the things that Max was doing was he loves The Maltese Falcon is his favorite book, and the book goes into the public domain, and he made a deal. He wrote a sequel to it, and it comes out in January of 2026. So that's pretty exciting. So I can't accept that offer, but maybe I can accept the offer to direct
the sequel already.
Yeah, The Return of the Maltese Falcon. I can do that. Castle Grayskull has gifted a Burnettwork membership. Med, M-E-D, Med says, congratulations, gentlemen, on your 200th episode. Well-deserved celebration. You fine men are doing the Lord's work. Sacrilege, perhaps. God will forgive me. Bo Edmond says, happy 200th. Med goes on to say, and gives us a generous super chat, Rob and Dieter, if you had to save one series from being wiped from existence, which would you choose between Star Trek the original series or Star Trek the Next Generation? Peace and love. Dietz, there's only one answer to this question.
Before so I have to say we're wiping out Next Generation before I get kicked out of Hollywood here.
Yes, and even though I made beautiful documentaries for Next Generation, and that means wiping out Next Generation would get rid of all of our documentaries, but the original series gets to stay.
So I'm just playing it safe here,
Yes. So that is the answer. Peace and love, says Mark. By the way, Dieter didn't have a choice. He had to either say the original series or the show would be over at episode 200.
Correct.
Martino says...
That's your exit door.
Yeah. Martino comes back with another super chat and says, behind all great collections, there is a desire to physically secure an emotion. That's really interesting. but it can't be done, so the collection keeps growing.
Correct. It's a never-ending cycle.
Let's see.
We never reach that fulfillment.
Verdadero says that Brazil has too much teal in the UHD disc. Ooh, is that true?
Ooh.
Is it like Basic Instinct?
Your favorite word.
I don't like that. I don't like the orange and teal.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
What is it with these colorists? Brazil. I don't know. That's not good. So that we're caught up there. So why don't you show what else you've got?
Okay. Should we do some giveaways, Rob?
Yes. Give some stuff away, buddy.
And since I'm the Trash Panda, of course, it's not going to be a big box set. The first one I would like to give away because I already have the media book and totally forgot I bought the standard Emerald 2, the 4K of The Dark and The Wicked. And the director was, of course, I have to check it again, Brian Bertino, who did, of course, The Strangers. And, of course, the question is, who directed the remake of The Strangers? Who's the first in the live chat? If you're interested in winning this.
By the way, an ex-girlfriend of mine produced that movie.
Ooh.
Just thought I'd say that. It's true. I mean, it's true.
Yeah, I believe you, Rob.
Adrian Biddle, not the cinematographer.
So nobody.
People cannot rifle through Google fast enough. By the way, I like The Dark and the Wicked. It's pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. 4K is code-free, people. You don't have to have a code B player. Come on. Nobody's interested. Nobody knows who directed the remake of The Strangers.
I don't know what to tell you, buddy.
Usually featured in every week. Every week.
This giveaway is not going well.
No. I will wait a minute. Otherwise, I keep it. Someone else.
Well, give something else away.
Okay. I'll keep it. Oh, there it is. Andy Haynes. Rennie. Correct. Rennie Arlen. Andy. You follow me on Insta. Give me your address again. The Dark and the Wicked. Okay. Paul, you're a little too late. And you already got something in the mail that I sent to you. So, Andy, give me your address. Dark and the Wicked. Next one to give away. Yes, it's a B picture. American Yakuza, German media book with Viggo Mortensen in it, which I quite enjoyed. And actually, the funny thing, Rob, is in the extra section where there's an interview with Viggo, and he tells a pretty funny tale considering the shooting stuff of American Yakuza. When you do rehearse the action stuff, of course, you don't shoot a gun, but you're making, the gun noises. And then came the take to do it for real. And then the director said to him, we need to do it again. And Viggo was, why? It was everything okay. And he watched the playback and he did the shooting noises during the live take. So he said, okay, we need to do it again. Question is, which Cobra Kai character, not the actor's name, Cobra Kai character, is in American Yakuza?
Wow. I wouldn't get that one.
No, easy rope. Because it probably can only be one.
By the way, Douglas Baird sends in a nice tip, and says, thanks for a great show, Dietz and Rob. Well, thank you, Douglas.
Thank you.
That's very nice.
Which Cobra Kai character has a role here? Not the actor, the Cobra Kai character.
Kellraiser, who's been a member for 37 months, says, congratulations on the 200th episode Live long and all physical media prosper. I like that.
No, nobody's watched.
Blackadder Knight says, I had a Terry Pratchett-based super chat that you, and then there's a D. Terry Pratchett
Come on, people. It says
is great.
American Yakuza, so the Japanese Yakuza. Which Cobra Kai character has a role here in American Yakuza?
These are too obscure, dude.
No, I don't think so, Rob. How many Japanese characters do we have in Cobra Kai?
I don't know. I do not know. But
Yes, you do,
but this is slowing us down.
Rob. He was his enemy in part 2. Bruce Leroy, is that the actor's name? I think you are right. Bruce Leroy. Give me the character name, because let me just see. Yes, you're right. Bruce Leroy. American Yakuza goes to you. It's chosen, of course, from Cobra Kai. Has a role in here. Bruce Leroy, if you follow me on Insta, give me your address. You win American Yakuza. I have 2 more. I will do them later up and will just show stuff that I got.
Show us what you got, buddy.
I've got from Spain, Cat in the Bag, because I ordered one title, but I always try to put in a second to split a little bit more of the shipping costs. The movie Cat in the Bag is just called Escape, and I hope the back is correct by saying it has English subtitles. Well, just hope it is correct. That way, I know only.
Wow, that's
about
cool.
Someone in prison. So we have a biggie here with the Blu-ray, not a 4K, and special features, and even a pretty booklet.
Wow.
Just stumbled across it for okay. It's good. Of course, then I always look what IMDb says. Here's Martin Scorsese here. So, Cat in the Bag, Escape from Spain. In think it's a limited, edition limitada. Escape. Just put that back. And the other movie that I bought together, wasn't sure if I perhaps own it already on Blu-ray, but I love the cover artwork. And Kevin Costner did get in a lot of heat this week. I've heard there's two suing stuff considering Horizon. And I bought Open Range, older Western from him. And this is a newer Spanish version. Different cover artwork beneath it. And it comes actually with 2 discs, the movie and special features. So this is a newer one, not a 4K. So I don't know if the transfer is a newer one, but it is newer release of Open Range. Rob, did you read about that? He got sued from the
Stunt
costume
woman
company. Not only the stunt woman, but from the costume company for not paying for the costumes.
Oh, that's bad.
There's a second. That's a second. Second stuff that he got uked on. Okay, Cats in the Bags. I don't know about this movie. This is a Danish movie. Let me just check. Yeah, Danish. Female guard in German. It's from the director who made The Guilty, which was really great. Really looking forward to it.
What does that move? What does that title mean?
The Female Guard, Rob.
Oh,
Die Wärterin. From She's a guard in a prison. Idea how the movie is. Cat in the Bag. Next Cat in the Bag. Muromochi. This is the Blu-ray. Luckily, both came with cover artworks. We don't have the big ratings label. So, next one, Cat in the Bag 2, and I was this is in English actually. It's a combination of action, fantasy, and
something's
horror.
going on with your audio, man.
Rebirth. Is okay.
Something's going on with your audio.
Problematic. Haven't changed anything.
Yeah, you've slipped out of. They mess with us. They mess with us. Here, let me dip you and bring you back in again.
Yeah. Better now?
Yep. You're back. It's still a little chunky though. It's try not to get too close to that mic.
If you want.
Yeah, it's weird, it's that it's doing that internet thing where we get squelched off.
We're probably too long again. 2 weeks ago, I showed that I have some, there's a pattern emerged, and from Martin Campbell, Dirty Angels. But I haven't seen it. But for me, Martin Campbell is always pretty reliable director. Eva Green, even if The Cleaner has gotten probably pretty middling reviews, but I'm looking forward to Dirty Angels with Eva Green. And it comes with an 18 certificate. Which is always good to know. Then I stumbled across this movie. I don't remember how. And then I discovered, hey, it's out in 4K here. It's just called Survive. This is just a 4K. So nothing special to it. Survive.
Now, what made you decide to buy that movie?
I stumbled across it, Rob, and I thought the actor in it is the same one who plays in, the Wave.
Oh, okay. That's legit.
So I thought this is from the same people who made that movie, but I'm not sure. And I can't tell you anymore how I stumbled across it. You browse and sometimes you think, oh, okay, what is that? So okay. And it's out in 4K in Germany. Okay. I know how many people hate that movie, but I have a soft spot for him because I think there's good stuff in it. It's not a 4K, this is just a Blu-ray, but with the special edition, I will show it, put it away, don't need to discuss it long. Highlander 2, Quickening, it's a media book, comes with a Blu-ray.
Which cut of the movie is that?
The longer version, the special edition. The special edition, and then it comes with 2 DVDs, and there's more stuff considering the German dubbing. The original dubbing, the new dubbing, but the heart is, of course, the longer special edition. And I have a soft spot, for Highlander 2.
Of course you have a soft spot for Highlander 2.
Why not? Next one I already showed US Nora set, but since I love the movie, I couldn't help myself to get the German media book 2, which comes.
Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah, certainly. No UV printing. back. But it's not a 3-disc set, it's only a 2-disc set. Unlike the Criterion, who is actually a 3-disc set. But I don't know if perhaps the extra stuff is all put on the one Blu-ray here. I have no idea. And we have the media book part inside of it. I just love the cover artwork, so I couldn't say no to buy the German media book too. So 4K and Blu-ray of Anora. Then let me just see where we go from here. Oh, this was a nice one. I already pretty sure I own the Blu-ray. This is a new one, and I like the cover artwork. It's not a 4K from Christopher Smith, one of his first outings. Creep with Franca Potente. And I heard Christopher Smith will be doing actually a remake of Creep himself. So let's see what he will come up with. And speaking of Christopher Smith, that's not all I wanted to talk with you about, because one of my contacts that I got through Let's Get Physical Media, Henning, made me aware of a TV show that I have not heard anything about it, Rob, but it is totally, completely in my wheelhouse. The show is just called, Rob, Video Nasty. Video Nasty. It plays, of course, in the 80s. We have our two collectors, and they're only missing in their collection Butcher Baker Nightmare Maker, you know? And they are tracking down that tape. And they have to travel to a little community, you know? And there's some stuff ensuing there because those type of village is pretty much against those video nasties. And Christopher Smith has actually directed, I think, 5 of the 6 episodes. It was a good series, not very good, because I was expecting it to be more humorous, actually, but it's really goes into horror at one point. But the positive thing, the parents that are often are left aside, considering teenage horror stuff, are actually pretty active in the show. So it's placed in the 80s, and it's all about the video nasties. And Christopher Smith did actually 5 episodes directed.
Wow.
So from there we go to the next movie, which I got the number 3 of the limited edition from 600, and the original language is Dutch, so perhaps in the vein of Speak No Evil, I have no idea. It's called Out of Control. Außer Kontrolle. Don't stop. Halt nicht an. This is it. I don't know if I can make it sharp. Number 3 of 600. So I don't know if it's in that kind of vein. This could probably perhaps the original title. Dutch. I don't know what I have in store for me. Oh, that always looks nice. Out of control. Don't stop. Artwork. So it's artwork edition. Then this one, I don't know if you have seen this one, Rob. Really looking forward to it. Friend of mine, a worker colleague, totally loved it. This new Spanish version of The Count of Monte Cristo.
No, I have not seen that.
This is the German media book, comes with the 4K and the Blu-ray and a pretty hefty, actually, a media book part in it. And it's almost 3 hours long. But I heard good things about it. So The Count of Monte Cristo, and some storyboards are featured here. So really looking forward to it. But like Max said, I have to figure out when I'm in the right mood for The Count of Monte Cristo. It says, Rob, here, masterpiece, Meisterwerk. No? Okay. Let's see about that. So 4K and yes, Blu-ray. The Count of Monte Cristo. Then let me just see. stuff where I go. Okay, I go here. Rob, you had it in the news section, and I actually have I'm almost through. I have watched 4 of those movies I got from Shout Select. I got the blaxploitation box.
Oh, yeah, I haven't got mine yet. What do you think of them?
This was totally a blind spot for me, considering the blaxploitation movies. I can tell you, Rob, if they never played here on the telly back in the day, I have no idea. So I have watched the first 4. I've watched Across 110th Street, just put them all out, which I totally enjoyed. David Kodo, Anthony Quinn. Totally cool movie, I have to say. Perhaps not traditionally, perhaps even a little more highbrow than
Yes.
you would expect from blaxploitation. Then Fred Williamson, Black Caesar, which totally
Directed
was
by
fine
Larry
too.
Cohen.
But yeah, exactly. Bro. And I didn't go through it in the order because, as you know, the cover aficionado that I am, I actually like the Hell Up in Harlem cover more. So I started with that one, and I didn't even know that this was a sequel to Black Caesar, which actually wasn't a bad choice. Then I got back to the better one, which was Black Caesar, and I did know already the characters from Hell Up in Harlem. So this is actually my favorite cover of all the movies. Then this afternoon, before I start putting everything up, one of my favorites now from those first 4 movies is, of course,
Yeah, that's classic.
Coffee. Yeah, that's totally was rocking my boat. So I'm still missing out on watching the last 2, which is let me just see, Sheba Baby and here.
Okay.
Like,
now I have to point out, Truck Turner. Do you know who's in Truck Turner? Nichelle Nichols, Lieutenant Uhura from Star Trek.
Ooh.
And wait, she gives a performance that will leave your jaw open. You'll be like, Lieutenant Uhura, you did not just say that, did you? Yes, she did.
Okay.
Wait till you watch it. It's great.
So I've only 2 movies left, Rob, and I'm really gotten through the box, my blaxploitation box set.
All those movies are worthwhile.
Yeah. Okay, Hell Up in Harlem was a little bit wild, I would say. Considering the action, it's a little bit all over the place. That's a little bit further down than the other ones. Then from Umbrella, where do I start? I didn't get around to show them last week. This is a horror one, and I just love the Umbrella stuff, how they package the stuff. Movie is called Storm Warning. It's the back. No. Survival can be murder, it says here. And of course, we have nice slipcover artworks. We have different ones, so almost three different artworks here. We have the poster. And then let me just see. This is not a 4K. Original music, so we get actually the soundtrack here.
Yeah.
With the movie. And we actually would have, I totally forgot, because of the certificate, we can switch it. So we don't have the Australian logo, which equals the German ones in size. So Storm Warning from Umbrella. Let me just see. First one. And of course, totally forgot. Booklet. And this movie had a little problem here in Germany, considering the censorship. And then, this was pretty easy. And we have art cards.
Very, very nice.
Storm Warning. Wait, let me put this aside here. Back later. The second one Asian, the shutter one. So, don't know if I can make it visible. There is a inscription here. No, probably not. They are around us. So inside, it's the same. Pretty cool cover artwork here. A different one below. Let me just see if I'm right, if it was Japanese. No, it's Thai. Actually Thai. Now I remember it. This was a movie from Thailand, actually. And inside, we should have... this is actually a 4K, as I see, and it comes with a 4K and a Blu-ray. And we have a poster inside of it. Ooh. That one looks inviting.
Yeah.
So Shudder. I don't remember it, Rob. Wasn't there a remake of Shudder? I think there was a remake.
Yeah, I think there was, or there's another movie called Shudder.
But I could be wrong. But I think like all Asian stuff, and I love, like we always say from Umbrella, they are already small enough that they can easily fit into the box set. So here we have the cards that came with that set. So Shudder, but not written like the streaming service. So Shudder, so, boom. And one last one from Umbrella, perhaps the biggest one from Tarsem Sai, the Fall set, which is
I love that movie.
More
I got to get that disc.
elaborate than the other one. So here we have Slip.
Yeah.
This is the original artwork that I remember. So we have the 4K and the Blu-ray in it. Poster. Don't think we need to fold out every poster here. Just. And there's, well, the others contain booklets too. This is more of a pretty hardcover book.
Yeah.
So this is a little bit more elaborate, a little bit more on the high production value side, how it's done. So the Fall.
Nice.
Book, and of course with some cards too. Just see them, but I haven't seen the Fall in quite a while. But I still have to check, like you said, that cool interview that you said that he did in the Cell. Was it
Yeah,
the Cell?
it's on the Cell disc.
Where he did that cool.
It's so good.
Cool.
It's really good.
Cool. So put that aside here. Back together later. So this was Shudder. Comes over here. Okay. And the last one, which I haven't gotten around to watching it, because I'm really looking forward how the quality will be. This actually from Play on Rob, formerly known as Koch. Infernal Affairs. All three movies in 4K.
Wow. That's
So
really
there are
cool.
And there are free media books in it. Oh, sorry. Now I actually hit the mic. And all three come with free discs. So you have
Wow, that's a beautiful
4K.
set. Those movies are great.
and then bonus material and the movie on Blu-ray, and I think the first one, I don't know if it's the first one who comes with a different cut in the bonus material, or it could be one of the others. So the first one, Internal Affairs. The second one, like I said, always 3-disc sets.
Yeah, that's great.
And really looking forward how actually the quality will be on those. And the third one, Affairs, third one. And this was actually shop exclusive, this set. So, Infernal Affairs, Rob, the last one.
Beautiful.
1, 2, 3 in 4K, actually, as media books. So, I give it over to you, and I try to get it a little bit sorted here. Infernal Affairs.
Nice. All right. Well, do you want me to start doing some news?
Yeah, if you want.
All right, everybody. We got the news. We got the news coming. A lot of good news and a lot of great stuff. Hang on. Before I do the news, I want to get some. I got to get.
Yeah.
I want to make sure I got my explanations too. I think the first exciting thing that came out is Criterion announced this week the Wes Anderson collection, and it looks almost like a Taschen book in a way. Here is the exterior of it. Let me actually, I should have blown this up. I'm sorry I did not. So
the Venetian scheme is not in it.
The Venetian scheme is not in it. But here it is. They're all the films. It's 10 films over 25 years, and they're all in 4K. So here's the exterior of the box, and here is the interior, which, I mean, this is a really cool set. If you like Wes Anderson, this is a really cool set to have. And so the list.
Price attached for us.
You know, I'm looking at it right now, and
yeah.
So it's got new 4K masters of Bottle Rocket, Rushmore, The Royal Tenenbaums, The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou, The Darjeeling Limited, Fantastic Mr. Fox, Moonrise Kingdom, The Grand Budapest Hotel, Isle of Dogs, The French Dispatch of the Liberty, Kansas Evening Sun. And they have all been approved by Wes Anderson. So, and there's also 10 4K, the 4K Blu-ray discs are in Dolby Vision. And that's pretty cool. But what is it saying? I don't know what, it doesn't say what the retail is.
I know why they don't tell us the retail price, Rob.
I know. But hey, there you go. And then we have the 20th.
Honestly, Rob, I wasn't even aware that Wes Anderson has already made that.
I know, it's crazy, right? He's made a lot. The 20th anniversary of Madagascar is coming, for those of you who might want that on 4K. Then we've got Dietz. I remember you buying the German set of this because it came out a few years ago. Okay. Knight Rider, the complete.
My co-worker, Rob, my boss, Patrick bought it.
Patrick bought it.
I'm not. Yeah.
Oh well, there you go. So if you,
I didn't want to tell him that they will come out in 4K.
Well, that's pretty cool. Now, I didn't put this in the news, but Jean-Michel Jarre has a disc coming out live in Bratislava. I really like, the Oxygen was a staple of my young life. So, hey, what's not to love? Kino Lorber is putting this out, Birds of Prey, a film by Jose Giovanni. I don't know anything about it, but hey, it looks cool. Starring Lino Ventura, Birds of Prey. Here's what I can give you. Birds of Prey, a.k.a. La Rapace from 1968. And this is about a veteran French hitman known in the underworld as Le Retaille. He's hired to kill the president of a South American country. And accompanied by the former president's grandson, he moves into a house opposite the presidential palace where friendship develops between the two. The hitman carries out his mission, but the revolutionaries are unable to take advantage of the situation, and he finds himself torn between his profession and his budding relationship with the young man. That sounds actually pretty good. Restored in 4K for Studio Canal. Then Arrow, we love our Arrow, don't we? Arrow's new slate, kind of an interesting, weird, eclectic slate, to be honest.
Okay.
The John Wayne film, The Shootist, with Lauren Bacall. This is what is coming out from Arrow, and these are their August releases. The Shootist, that's kind of an interesting choice for them. The remake of the Poseidon Adventure is coming out, which I won't be buying. Then we have a movie that I really don't know anything at all about called Perpetrator. And
you can skip that, Rob. Perpetrator. You can skip that.
I take your advice. I'll skip it.
I have the German one. I bought the German. I don't know if it's a media book or a normal Blu-ray, but I wasn't a big fan of the movie.
Okay. Well, then we got Thief. Now, the great thing about Thief is that Arrow is putting out both the theatrical version and the little longer director's cut. So that is exciting, and I think, but it's only the theatrical cut is only in HD. There's no 4K of it. It's just a Blu-ray. It's not the 4K is just the director's cut. So
not a set. Okay.
So maybe
normally it's the other way around.
Maybe I don't need to buy this because I already have the 4K director's cut and I already have their earlier Blu-ray release of this. So I might as well hang on to that, which I guess is okay. Here's a movie I know nothing about, but Arrow is putting it out. It's called Enemy Territory.
Yeah, I saw that. Never heard of that.
I don't know the movie myself, but hey, maybe it's cool. I can tell you what it's about, though. So it's Enemy Territory. Enemy Territory. Here's what it says about it. Enemy Territory is an intense action thriller filled with guns, gangs, and danger around every corner. Dare you set foot in enemy territory, exploding onto high definition in a brand new restoration. This long unavailable Empire Pictures means it's a Charles Band movie. Classic is back and it's taking no prisoners. I don't know if I'll get this. It's an old Empire Pictures, which later became Full Moon. And then, of course, you have the remake of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre in 4K, if you want that. And then you also have Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Beginning, in 4K. Neither did I work on either one of those. So if that's your thing, if that floats your boat, to be honest, I maybe would get The Shootist, but this is a whole slate of Arrow discs that I will pass on, which is kind of a bummer, to be honest. I don't like it when that happens. Now, this is something I didn't expect to see. So, Terror Vision will release on 4K and Blu-ray. This is pretty awesome. The Gator Bait Collection. And this is, of course, starring Claudia Jennings. Deep in the swamps of Louisiana, nature isn't the only thing that's untamed. Gator Bait explodes onto a 4K Blu-ray in a brand new remaster of the 1973 Southern Fried cult classic that launched the legend of Claudia Jennings, Playboy playmate and drive-in cinema icon. And this has Gator Bait 2, Cajun Justice in it, and it's a 4-disc set. And so here's what they've got. You've got a 4K presentation of Gator Bait from the 35 negative. You have a 4K presentation of Gator Bait 2 from the 16 millimeter negative, and there's new 4K restoration of Gator Bait from the 35 negative, and a new 4K restoration of Gator Bait 2 from the 16 negative. So you get Blu-rays and 4Ks. So there you go. What's not to love? Half animal, all woman. She's deadly and untamed. She's got a blazing gun and a luscious smile. See, it says right there. Gatorbait 1 and Gatorbait 2. So they're coming. You know you want them. Then we've got one of the coolest things. You know how the Coke Dune, the David Lynch's Dune, everybody wanted that. We got it. You got, how many of those did you buy for people in America?
I think 4 or 5. I'm not sure anymore. I think it was 4, but Bill wanted another one for a friend of his. I think.
Well, there you go. So Imprint's putting it out. They're doing the whole thing. The Spice Diver cut's not on here, but they actually have water and sand inside the packaging. So it's got this on the outside. So it shows that there's like a flowing sandstorm. So if you wanted to pick up a special edition of this and you didn't pick up the Coke version, you can get this version now instead, which is pretty cool. Then the BBC's Walking with Dinosaurs is coming out on Blu-ray, or re-releasing with dinosaurs. That's, I like this show. It was pretty good. And then the movie that I was talking about earlier, to go along with, of course, Baron Orgaz, Satan Wants You is coming out. And Satan Wants You is apparently, it's a horror movie, and it's coming out on June 24th. I don't know anything about this movie, but it tells the untold story of how the satanic panic of the 1980s was ignited by Michelle Remembers, a lurid memoir by psychiatrist Larry Padzer and his patient Michelle Smith. Supported by the Catholic Church, this best-selling book relied on the recovered memory therapy to uncover Michelle's childhood abduction by the baby-stealing Satanists. Amplified by law enforcement and America's daytime TV boom, satanic rumors spread through the panic-stricken communities across the world, leaving a wave of destruction and wrongful convictions in their wake. This film digs deep into the roots of the moral panics and cult conspiracies, showing how these events still affect and distort our reality. Count me in. I think it's prejudicial of them to say that the satanic panics of the early 70s and the late 70s and 80s were not true. Everyone knows they really are true, and Satan was good at, making sure you don't really know that. So let's hear it. Then we've got, of course, the Kiwi Cult Box of movies I know nothing about, but Umbrella, again, we love Umbrella. They've got good taste, is putting out 3 Kiwi cult movies. The Irrefutable Truth About Demons, Perfect Creature, and Under the Mountain. So there you go. I mean, they do a good job with these. I don't know anything about these.
Under the Mountain with Sam Neill?
Yes, Under the Mountain with Sam Neill.
Okay.
Yes. And then, of course, Blue Underground's putting out another classic that you can't not get. Raw Meat in 4K, a.k.a. Deathline. This is from 1972. It stars Donald Pleasance and Christopher Lee. Isn't Christopher Lee in this?
Yeah,
that's what I thought. He's totally in Deathline.
Pleasance, Christopher Lee.
Yeah. A.k.a. Deathline. You got to love this. And, of course, this is the daring horror classic that dishes out heart-stopping jolts and hair-raising thrills when a prominent politician and a beautiful young woman vanish inside of the London subway station. Scotland Yard's Inspector Calhoun investigates and makes a horrifying discovery. Not only did a group of 19th century tunnel workers survive a cave-in, but they lived for years in a secret underground enclave by consuming the flesh of their own dead. Now the lone descendant of this grisly tribe has surfaced, prowling the streets of London for fresh victims and a new mate. So come on, man. Look at that cover. Who doesn't want this movie? It's good stuff. Then we've got Seven Deaths in a Cat's Eye, and that's coming out from 88 Films, which, I mean, you got to love their devotion. This is scheduled to arrive on the market in July. The vampire genre gets an injection of 70s giallo glamour thanks to a cast which includes Jane Berkman, Hiram Keller, Anton Diffring, and Antonio Margaritis. 7 Deaths in the Cat's Eye. This compelling chiller is set in Scotland, where in a crumbling old castle, its inhabitants are being bumped off one by one. Could the legend of a vampire hunting and its cold walls be true? Check it out. And look out for Birkin's singer-songwriter friend Serge Gainsbourg in a cameo as a police inspector. Hey, there you go. Gotta love that. And then we've got, after following that up, we've got Northern Lights coming out on Blu-ray. It's from Kino Lorber, and this movie is from 1978. And it won the Camera d'Or at the 1979 Cannes Film Festival, and it's one of the most moving and committed works of political cinema from the late 1970s. Dramatizing the formation of the populist nonpartisan League in North Dakota in the mid-1910s, Northern Lights captures the plight of immigrant Dakotan farmers as they toil and struggle against the combined forces of industry and finance. So, hey, if that sounds like it floats your boat, and I'm sure some of you are floated, then that's for you, and you can get it. Hang 'em High is coming out on Via Vision, again, in Australia, and they're putting this out. It's Ted Post directed this, and they put out Hang 'em High, and they're putting out The Golden Voyage of Sinbad. So, hey, more great westerns for you. Then we've got Little Buddha. Bertolucci's Little Buddha is coming out in 4K. Kino Lorber's putting this one out. So, to be honest, I didn't love this movie, but Keanu Reeves is in it. Okay. So, there you go. Then, here's my movie of the week. Let's Start a Cult. There it is. Let's Start a Cult. It's one of my aspirations in life. And this is coming out from MPI Home Video in association with Dark Sky Films. This is apparently a movie from 2024 I've never heard of, but having missed out on his cult's long-awaited ritual suicide, an obnoxious loser teams up with his bogus ex-messiah to rebuild their doomsday commune. Traveling together through Middle America, the constantly bickering duo induct a military wannabe, a mentally unstable mom, and a mysterious foreign hitchhiker into their cult. But will this family of outcasts fulfill their transcendent destiny, or decide that life might be worth living after all? Well, there you go. It's a heartwarming movie about starting a cult. What's not to love? Then we've got this. Late Night with the Devil is coming out in a 4K Steelbook. I love this movie. I make no apologies. I do have the second sight version of this. Love it. But hey, if it's coming out in 4K Steelbook, I might have to pick this up. Then for those of you brown coats out there, Firefly, the Firefly feature film Serenity is coming out in a Steelbook. That'd be worth getting. What's not to love there? And then we've got this from Film Masters, this crazy comedy, The Class of 1974. Can't tell you if it's any good or not, but, you know, you got to love exploitation movies that have lots of boobs from the 1970s, so why not give it a gander? Then 25 Cats from Qatar. They're invading Ivy League schools, and they're brainwashing kids to follow jihadist murderers. That's what's fun about this, and it's the journey of 7,000 miles to find homes for 25 Cats from Qatar. Just another way that Qatar is infiltrating the West. I'm sure it's a great film, though. Then Scoop, Woody Allen's Scoop is coming out from Focus Features, and, one of his lesser works, but I'm a fan. And then we've got The Mechanic. You've got The Driver. Now you can get The Mechanic with Charles Bronson. So is that exciting? I like this movie. You know, is it top tier Bronson? Well, maybe not, but it's still pretty good. Then we've got coming out from Umbrella, Black Sheep. There it is. There's the collector's edition. Another great horror movie from the Aussies. Then we've got Vincent Natali's movie that nobody has really seen, Cypher. I have a copy of this on DVD. I like this movie. It's kind of a cyber.
I think I have a DVD too, Rob, that were in Germany had a pretty cool cover. I remember that.
Yeah, I've got that cool cover. I bought it when I was in Switzerland skiing when I was still married, like 20 years ago. So yeah, that's coming out. That was a hard movie to get. Agitator is another movie I don't
remember, Rob, I think it was a shiny one.
Yeah, it was. It's very shiny. Very shiny. This is Agitator, which I don't know anything about, but again, coming from Umbrella. It looks cool. Why not? And then we've got The Vultures, another foreign action thriller. Yeah. I mean, look at man, John Paul Belmondo with a gun.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know. Just get it.
The French
And then
Tom Cruise.
Vinegar Syndrome is putting out in 4K George Romero's The Dark Half. They're also putting out Let's Scare Jessica to Death in 4K. And they're putting out One-Eyed Charlie that stars Richard Roundtree and Roy Fiennes. Nigel Davenport film. What's Not to Love there? And they're putting out Iron Angels, which I know nothing about. But hey, it's looks cool. Dieter will buy this.
Company, Rob?
This is Vinegar Syndrome.
From which company?
Vinegar Syndrome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then
That's awesome.
Cinematograph is putting out Breathless with Richard Gere in 4K. So maybe these are all Cinematograph titles. I'm not sure. I thought they were Vinegar Syndrome, but they might be Cinematograph titles, all of them. Either way, go to the Vinegar Syndrome website, although they're having their partner label June. So all the regular Vinegar Syndrome stuff you can't access. You can only buy their partner label stuff through the month of June from their website, which is kind of interesting. And now we are at the top-selling discs of the week. Captain America Brave New World, Mikey 17, Masters of the Universe Revelation Revolution, Black Bag. I got to get that. I keep forgetting to get that. Landman Season 1, Dune Prophecy, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, Wicked, Better Man, and Gladiator 2. And then the 4K discs alone, Captain America, Mikey 17, Sonic the Hedgehog, Dune Prophecy, Black Bag, Better Man, Gladiator 2, The Andromeda Strain. Woohoo! Let's hear it for Arrow. Wanted, and Akira. So there you go. That's it. That's all the news that's fit to print, buddy. And there you go.
Nice.
So
do we have some super chats left?
let me see. I'll go back and see. Yeah. Mus Hussein says, hi guys, happy 200th episode. Thanks for your excellent and informative curation of these past years and making it such a great fun. Making it such great fun. Here's 200 more. Oh my God. Destoyle says, Slancha, Rob, and Dieter, congrats on 200 episodes of Let's Get Physical Media. Here's to many more. Glad Dieter enjoyed the Irish TV series Video Nasty. I'll let the producers know. Well, there you go, Des.
Awesome.
It does sound, I love the movie they picked to go after too.
Yeah, it was I think it was a co-production between the Irish production team and I think some Germany companies were involved in it too. Video Nasty.
Very cool. So we are caught up. We are all caught up.
Okay. If you want, Rob, you can take a short break and then do the live chat readout.
Well then, okay, here goes nothing for all you people that I know.
Go stop it. Break.
There you go.
So previously on Let's Get Physical Media.
Doesn't happen much. Okay, we're back on. I don't know why it keeps happening. But go ahead.
Okay. Once again, previously on Let's Get Physical Media. Hula watched the Outlaw Josie Wales last night and holy cow, does it look amazing. I hear Pale Rider is even better. That's next on my list. Eucalyptus. Rob, what you got from Elizabeth? I think Rob did get concert tickets for his birthday from Elizabeth. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I did. We went and saw it was a film music concert. It was really, really good. Really good.
Awesome. And of course, we had Final Destination playing, Mission Impossible playing. People were chiming in. Miele, Final Destination was great. Awesome. Played out. Who'd think Final Destination is a runaway hit? And the Alex Sorber, Final Destination is never a destination for me. Okay. And Carlos P. loved the movie. So far, to me, all the Final Destination movies have been good, except the fourth one. Even the fourth one is good. You just have to adjust to more of its trashy sensibilities, and it rocks in 3D. But better. There was a great video on Final Destination producer Greg Perry, where he was talking about every kill on all the Final Destination movies. What a great producer he is. He could name every kill, character name, and actor. Yeah, I've seen that compilation on YouTube about all Final Destination kills. Alpedal. People are just sick watching this Marvel and Disney crap nowadays, so they are that desperate that they watch Final Destination. Well, they watch Disney stuff too, as it turns out. Miele. It's the only Final Destination movie I've ever watched, and I'm happy that I started with the best one. Alpedal. I watched Rogue One right after the ending of Endor. Now that's entertainment. Brightstone Pictures. Our director Eric von Schoor from Hope and Glory. Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning is a must-see theater experience. Go see it. Victor Fontaine. Yeah, Chris Gore called Mission Impossible 8 disappointing too. It was not as good as that Reckoning. And Bert Vedder, Mission Impossible, The Final Wreckage was not great. Enrique Cabada. The Entity was awesome. One of my favorite horror movies of all time. Loved the soundtrack. Walter Whitewalkers. The movies that someone has something that they need to put into something are the best movies. Marvel Star Wars fanatic. Hold up. There's no way it's worse than Mission Impossible 2. Yes, it is. It was. Brightstone Pictures. It is still a blast. Everybody needs to see it. Eucalyptus, considering my take on Mission Impossible 8. No coconut cake for you deeds. Played Out. Sounds like they spectated Mission Impossible, trying to tie everything in after the fact. Correct. The Alex Sorber. As with the Fast and Furious, I only watched the first Mission Impossible movie. Just was not a fan, but will probably try Mission Impossible at some point. And Roulard said, I don't like Fallout as much as other folks do. And Kevin Welburn, Dieter, I'm disappointed for you. Paul and Brunotto, that's a bold statement. Dieter about latest Mission Impossible movie being the weakest. It's not a bold statement, Paul. It's the harsh truth. Drew Gordon, oh my God, Mission Impossible was bad. And Brightstone Pictures, the exposition orgy is a thing to behold and will be a factor the movie will be infamous for. But the highs are soaring and make it worthwhile. The same as Rob said, the two action scenes are all-timers. Drew Gordon, why did all the crew on the US submarine keep staring all the time? Yeah, I know no blinging is standard direction, but honestly, it was like they were having a staring contest. I didn't notice that. Will keep my eye on that with the second watch. But better. I agree, Dieter, that Reckoning is now better after seeing Mission Impossible, The Final Reckoning. After an hour, I had no energy left and I zoned out. The Final Reckoning was for me an impossible mission to enjoy. But you and I park our shuttlecraft in the same shuttle bay. Played Out. How can Mission Impossible not stick the landing? Yeah, that's beyond me too. I showed One from the Heart 2 weeks ago, and Robert Thomas Watson says, One from the Heart has great cinematography from legendary Vittorio Storaro. Okay, nice to know. Rilt on Fine Art says, what did Fida think of Endor? I still haven't finished the series. I need to finish it. David Animal Guy, I love Hill and Spencer. I showed what Spencer and Terence Hill movies. And Bo Edmonds, Hill and Spencer are great. I agree, David. I probably would have loved them more if they have come with the German dub. Paul and Brunotto. Rob talked a little bit about his theater experience with The Prophecy back in the day. Paul and Brunotto. Prophecy 4K is not a great movie. Played Out. Prophecy. I saw that thing. Remember nothing. So perhaps a second rewatch. Hitchhiker 42. Are you getting the Blade Runner Steelbook from the UK on HMV? Hitchhiker 42. No, I bought Blade Runner plenty of times. I will not buy Blade Runner again in any new edition. Marvel Star Wars fanatic. I'm still shocked about Dieter's Final Reckoning thoughts. Yeah, I know, but that was the truth. Castle Grayskull. I miss the context here, I would love a bucket of dollars. Yeah, we all would. Merely, I have AMC lists, so I'll be watching Final Reckoning no matter what. Yeah, that's what I would need here too, an AMC list. I think you get four movies that you can watch each week or month. Unfortunately, that's not an option here. Todd Jones, I only have a Blu-ray player. If I got a 4K player, I'd have to get a 4K TV. Dark Hero Fun, considering the Jason movies. Jason gets blasted quite a bit, but I think it's hilarious. I think probably you mean Jason X. Castle Grayskull, I can't watch horror. My anxiety is too high. And Dark Hero Fun says, I can't live without horror. Me neither. I need my horror film from time to time. And Dark Hawkmark says, the screw kill in Jason X, along with the liquid nitrogen kill, are series best. I couldn't agree more with those two. Alex Sorber, I have such anticipation for the upcoming Arrow 4K box set of The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly that I ordered it from 2 different sites. Some crazy shit going on in my head. No, it's normal collector's behavior if you want to make sure to get it. And Rob last 2 weeks ago talked a little bit. I think we had a super chat talking about compression and to fold down a bigger file. And Alpenthal says AVC and HEVC are container compression formats, so they are lossless. Played out. I'll be shaken to the core over Dietz MI review. Oh, probably not. He loved it. Tim Hens, Saarbrücken, with the 2 dots over 1 letter. Yeah. Over the U. What is the significance with the 2 dots over letters in the German grammar? And tell me why Melaime answered correctly. It's a pronunciation thing. Why they are there, I have no idea. But then the letter will get pronounced a little bit different. Chrono Scottwissen, considering Max on our show, Max is insightful to the utmost and always a good guest. We talked about trilogies a little bit, favorite trilogies. Kame Egan, Alien Trilogy is a good one, Dieter. Marvel Star Wars Fanatic, I love the Venom trilogy personally. Don't let anyone know that. No, Star Wars Fanatic. Michel D, I always forget that. I consider Star Trek 2 to 4 a trilogy, correct? I always forget that this is a trilogy also. Raiders of Steak. This was the question that I already asked Max when he was on the show. Todd Jones, Criterion needs to branch out and have some trash titles. Perhaps not trash, but perhaps 1 or 2 more mainstream titles here and there wouldn't hurt. The Alex Sorborov showed the Earthquake Steelbook in the news section. Earthquake hated it as a kid when it came out. Nothing has changed 50 years later. Secular Monk, I've never heard of Earthquake. Merely, Japanese schoolgirl uniforms is the best invention in human history. You're probably right about that one. Michel D, when Rob says classics, I just assume schoolgirls will be involved somehow. Played out. Death Wish 3 with Charles Bronson was hilarious. Adventure Square, Death Wish 3 is one of the best viewing experience I have ever had and still have on every rewatch. Tom Jr. Jackson, I can't wait to see Lilo and Stitch, and I can't wait to see it never. Todd Jones, why don't those Germans just spell it like it sounds? Yeah, that's what we do, Adventure Square, considering our fan film, Hope and Glory. Hope and Glory was rather stunning and played out. That's a great fan film. Timey Wimey Lime just says, Gordon's alive. Flash Gordon. And Timey Wimey Lime goes, Grand Theft Auto Saarbrücken is out in 2026. I hope so. Played out. Deep watched all the Final Destination movies, so I don't have to. And I had a blast going all through those movies again. Marvel Star Wars Fanatic, has anyone seen Hurry Up Tomorrow? Did anyone actually like it? No, I haven't seen it. Heard not so good things. But Eric Weber loved it, not from the story, but just from the visual aesthetics and the sound. What a White Worker, Chantal Van Zanten, because I forgot her name, which is, of course, is the love of my life. She was great in For All Mankind, and the boy is correct. And she is, like I said, featured in Final Destination 4. I saw her and I thought, I know this girl, but I couldn't remember from where. Merely, Endor, 10 out of 10, enough said. Adventure Square, Endor is great in ways unlike lots of what's on TV these days. Played out. For me to buy any physical media nowadays, I've got to really like it. High rewatch value, etc. Correct, Played out. That's actually the way you should go. Marvel Star Wars fanatic, Rob and Dieter. Where do you guys buy physical media? Because I've tried Amazon and they've always just sent it late. Amazon is still my first choice, considering Amazon UK, Germany. And in the German stuff already comes on time when the release date is. Not prior to the release date, but at the release date, to 90%, you will get it on release date at least. Paul and Brunotto, Section 31 definitely deserves Dieter's buzzer. There it is for Section 31. And Castle Grayskull, 200 episode, yay! Can I come on just to say where Dieter Bastian is from? We tried that, but unfortunately, Castle couldn't get her browser to work. Otherwise, I would have loved if she would have introduced me. But we will probably do that at some other point. Michelle D. This from the same man who hates free enterprise. I don't hate free enterprise. Stop saying that. Walter White Walker. 20% to episode 1000 here. Okay, Rob, this was the live chat readout. Rob.
Well, thank you for that, and thanks everybody for being in the chat. So I guess this brings us to the end of our 200th show.
Yeah, unbelievable. 200. So
amazing.
Unbelievable.
Cheers. I mean, I don't have any booze today.
I still don't know why Rob hasn't fired my ass already. Considering, like you said here, still buy more of this guy.
I can't fire you. This is your show too. Well, it's been a fun 200 episodes. I can't believe that we've done all that. It's wild that we're still here. A lot of things created during the pandemic didn't last very long. Correct. So I look forward to, I guess, doing 200 more of these shows. I mean, it at least gives me a reason to keep buying discs, Yeah.
So the people who want this, reach out to me on Insta. I think there were 2 people that follow me. Give me your address. I would have 2 other titles to give away, but I will give them away next week. I will save them for next week.
And let's check out. I want to just make sure that I got all the super chats read.
And I think, Rob, there was a thing from Justin Toner about reading the tips, if I remember. Tips. The Streamlab. Not the Streamlab tips. The Stream tips.
Oh, Walter White Walker says, because he sent in pictures. He said, believe it or not, Rob, you are the first person to ever read my last name for the first time and get it correct. Hauser, as in Doogie or Paul Walker Hauser. I got it right.
Okay, nice.
So, thank you, Walter White Walker. And there you get that love. But that was very nice. Thanks for sending in those pictures, man. You're a very handsome devil. And yes, I think that is, I believe we're caught up. We are all caught up.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's good, everybody. I want to what a great show. Thanks generously for supporting this channel. And thank you, of course, Martino, the most generous man on YouTube. Thank you for that. And all things are good, and we'll be back next week. And I think it's the
and we will try to get Grace introduce me at one point.
Yes, we'll get Grace to introduce you. And if you want to send in pictures, you can send them to my email, rmburnett1701@gmail.com, and just put either LGPM or just Let's Get Physical Media in the subject headline and send me the pictures, and we'll post them every week. I really need to get new. All of this information is outdated. There's no Post-Geek Singularity website anymore. So got to take care of that. But yeah, so that's good.
Yeah,
that's good.
correct.
We're done.
So I will go to my multiplex next week, Rob, and watch Ballerina. Really looking forward to.
Oh, nice. It's about does Ballerina open? And then I'm going to go watch Bring Her Back either today or tomorrow.
But no spoilers, Rob. If you have seen it, give me a little WhatsApp. Is it another banger from the Raka Raka?
I will I will do that. I will do that. But yeah, and of course I'm going to be reading Baron Orgaz.
Orgaz.
I don't know. What more do you want out of life? Not much.
Ja.
So
on my end, jede Person, die du triffst, hat eine Geschichte zu erzählen, die du noch zu hören hast. Alles, was du tun musst, ist zuhören.
Every person you meet has a story to tell that you have yet to hear, and all you have to do is listen. I want to thank everybody like Tom Jr. Jackson and all of our moderating staff for being moderators, and all of you, obviously, for being here and supporting us and watching this ridiculous show every week. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Yeah. And on that note, I guess...
Thank you for clearing our wallets.
Clearing the wallets out. It's true. But it's all a tax write-off, really. So that's one thing.
Yeah.
I always think at the end of my year, I'm like, I didn't buy enough discs when I look at the tax man, you know. All right, everybody. We will see you next week.
201.
That is 201. That's crazy. Crazy time. Okay, we are out.